What is happening, everybody? We got the state-of-the-art crew for episode 110 for a Halloween special. How is everybody doing?
I feel out of place.
You do. But then I realized that once I had this mask on, I'm like, man, I have to like lift if I want to drink.
There you go, Joe. I'll help you out.
This off.
That's enough for me, man. That motherfucker is hot.
It is. I mean, I went through three different masks just to try to find some shit that'll fit perfectly. That doesn't muffle my voice.
You definitely went through 3 masks in all of like 4 minutes.
Yeah, I have a lot more though. That's the weird thing. It's just like I was like, I could wear a gas mask. I have all the helmets and stuff, but I was like, I gotta wear headphones so I can hear you guys. So, and the Canuck, he thinks he's first. He's the first one I see, at least. KJ says first American. Oh, he said that. He said that. And we got Skew Raider in the mix.
What's up, Skew Raider?
Yo.
Holy shit, it's Deadpool. I'm such a fanboy. Go buy my figures. Do it now. And we got Venom Bite in the house. What is up? And I hope you guys are ready for like a little Halloween chill hangout session. I mean, that's really what this is, you know? I love Halloween. A lot of us do. And we just wanted to talk about horror movies and everything else. But we will dabble into some toys a little bit, though, because let's go ahead and let's do the rounds. So we'll start with Paul Big Bear Hughes, a.k.a. Jason Voorhees. What have you picked up?
This week, I think the only thing that I picked up that actually came in, I got a lot of stuff on order. But what? No. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
The only thing that came in was I got Ripper.
Nice.
So he finally came in. I got him.
That's what she calls me. She calls me the Ripper.
No. Does. But
it's not a good thing.
No, you're over too.
He also has sort of the glasses problem that Buzzer has. A little bit of a letdown. It's not as bad, but it's still not great.
I kept him off mine.
Yeah, but he's awesome. I do love him. He is great. Between the three of the Dreadnoks, because I consider them the main 3 Dreadnoks besides Zartan, of Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch. Torch is the best. And I think it's because he's got his glasses in his head sculpt. So you don't have to fuck around with them. So that is nice. But I do like Buzzer and Ripper. Their glasses piss me off. Other than that, I opened the new Falcon. And he's
beautiful.
I thought you were gonna pull out a Marvel Legend, and I was gonna be like, "You better not have bought a fucking Falcon figure." And then I'm like, "Oh, Lieutenant Falcon."
Son of a bitch. No. Yeah, Falcon from the 2-pack with Coral. Coral not as good, but Falcon is good. I took his arm guard things off, and I think he looks better. So
well, yeah, those. The arm guards are meant for when he's wearing the steel core helmet.
Yeah, they fall off. They kind of just like slide down.
But I'm just saying, like, that's what the armor's for.
Oh, really? Well, Thanks for letting me know that, ass.
I'm sorry that you don't know your fucking figures.
Ooh, snap.
I don't know
Name
any.
is Joe, bro.
No.
Right?
Never bought one before.
You even know what fucking you called him Falcon. You didn't even say Lieutenant. Show some respect on that motherfucker.
I'm not on here to talk about cars.
I'm tired of all these posers in the toy community that don't even know the properties they're collecting. Wah!
Yeah, I think that's all I. Is that all I got this week? Yeah, everything else is on order.
Sure. Really?
I think so.
Uh-oh, Arthur. Arthur's remembering something you're forgetting, I'm feeling like. You must have
What
shown him
sounds like.
something during one of your conversations.
Tell me.
It's nothing. Like I'll get it. You'll see what I have, and then it might trigger it.
It's possible. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Joe. I'm saving for conventions. I didn't pick up anything.
Are you gonna do the whole stream in that mask?
I don't know. Maybe.
Anyway,
Bring out the gift.
all right. So I went to PalCon this past weekend. I picked up like a lot of shit. I'm trying to remember all of it. Remember we were talking about the detective idea of the cops and stuff. I didn't find any woos, but I got Everett Ross.
Nice.
So
Very
suited body. This was just a random little mini Green Ranger because it's Green Ranger. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Fodder piece.
The Deadpool Electra.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it apart and see what I can do with it. It was cheap. SH Figure Arts Piccolo.
Ooh, that's a good
Damn,
one.
you are now.
Nice.
You did pick up some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Got a really good deal on this.
Oh, Major Blood.
One of the best fucking classified figures out there. That head sculpt is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I got this for $35, something like that.
That's not bad.
Got it for $35. I talked to a guy who works for. He's a senior editor for a comic book magazine, and he had different comics he was selling. They had different holographic covers and all this stuff. So I picked up this one, Space Ghost.
Oh, that's sick.
And it's signed by the writer too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
I like that.
Picked up Space Ghost, and everyone that he did came with his own. He made a comic book. So he entered a contest that you had to write and draw a whole comic book in a day. So him and an illustrator teamed up and wrote this in a day, and they submitted it and they won the contest. So it's pretty cool. It's a wild story. It's a tree comes to life and starts a Going Green initiative. It's wild. But it came see, he came out the mask. See?
Yeah, it's fucking. It was just. It was
I told him to get hot.
Uh-huh.
I was like, dude,
You're like, why do I feel like I'm passing out? I can't feel my feet anymore. I gotta take this mask off.
Venom said I should have been Jason or Michael Myers, but Paul had the Jason mask, and I mean, any of those ones that are just it's just you're breathing, all that. It's awful.
Yeah,
you made to deal with that as kids, though.
As soon as the intro was over, they took their mask off. They was like, "Nope, the intro's done." Off.
Right. Well,
done.
Give Judd some credit. He basically was saying that he was matching you, balancing out the.
Right.
I was helping you out.
I should have turned my hat forward. That should have been my mask reveal.
Yeah, there you go. This is the real.
You should have had it forward and then turn it backwards.
Joe, let's switch. Here.
Yeah.
I'll go back to 90s Judd.
There you go.
Dude, I'm so cool. My hat's backwards.
Judd needs a skateboard.
Right?
And a pair of Gap khakis.
He needs a skateboard and some really big elbow guards.
Gap or what was the
Jingos?
Or Nautica.
Oh, Nautica. Yeah. Tommy Hilfiger.
With some boat shoes.
Venabite did say he got the Jazzwares Chainsaw Man last week.
How was that, Venomite?
I
Yeah, is that good?
Yeah, I haven't messed with
It
any
looks
of those.
good.
Dead man, what the fuck is up?
What is up?
I got the 60th anniversary sniper.
Sweet. That one looks like fun.
Pick that up. And then, like I said,
you gave her rubber booty, so like you just like lay her down to snipe and you shake her and her ass jiggles.
All right.
Obviously, Art pays way too close attention to app games. I know exactly which app ad you're talking about.
No, there's app ads and there's freaking people that actually do that shit. They'll be like, I'm gonna shoot the sniper, and then like the shot's like behind their ass, and I'm like,
oh, do they really react like that in games? Like they have big booty.
No, I'm talking about in real life.
Yeah. Like,
oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I'm like, I just want to see a 50 cal sniper get shot and blow up some watermelons or whatever the hell it's shooting at, and it's like, no, they've got this girl.
You didn't want to see the ass jiggle?
I want to see the pink mist.
There you go.
Yeah, like you said, I got Series 5 for Action Force came in, so
show them all. Show them individually. Show that shit. Be proud of your investment.
Recon Corps.
See, that head sculpt looks good.
Well, I got 3, so
Is all his packaging like that now going forward?
Yeah.
I got
awesome. I bet all those inbox collectors are loving it.
A lot of people have been having problems with like his hips or something.
Yeah. It's his hips.
Still? Again?
It was his. I think it was his chest, and I think it was Atlas's hips.
Again. He had problems with the hips on wave 1. That's why it was delayed and then never fixed.
Dude, that Senshi. I watch B's Battleground review a lot of those, and fuck, man, that Senshi it's so good. I can't wait.
Like I said, I want to get the Night Ops one, the BBTS exclusive, just so I can get like 2 or 3 of them, make like a Night Ops team.
Jesus, you act like me and my Joes, like 2 to 3 of them.
Sidewinder.
That one looks cool.
Atlas.
I mean, geez, how much reuse is there in this wave? Why doesn't he give you fresh sculpts for every wave?
The Atlas dude doesn't look. He looks like he needs like a sponge on a stick to wash his back, though.
He's a what?
He needs a sponge on a stick to wash his back. Because he's so fucking jacked. He's like, oh, I can't reach my back to wash it.
He has the scrub. He has the long, scrub. That's what he has. He's good.
Yeah, scrub brush.
Yeah.
Sponge on a stick.
Sure.
Shit's before his time.
And that's it. I'm done. I'll be over here opening shit now.
I will now be quiet for the rest of the stream. I'll open my stuff. Leave me alone.
I got you.
He won't be quiet. You'll hear that shit crackling, snapping, and pop. Oh shit! He laughed.
He gone.
I'll just turn the mic off so I can put my air conditioner back on, so you don't have to hear that.
Paul, you got a mug from Joe. You got a cup of Joe, huh? And look what it says. You gave him some kisses, Joe.
Yeah, mine has my name on it though.
Judd needs a refill.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Judd, what'd you pick up? I know you got some shit in.
This.
You fucking. I know. Well, that's probably something that's pretty cool. But what did
Is that Southern Tier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pumpkin?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm an alcoholic.
I've been trying to find Warlock if you had that.
Pumpkin. Southern Tier is really good. I love that. I love that beer.
Oh, and anybody said that the figure's good. Probably better than the anime heroes.
Oh,
okay.
He said, though the chainsaw blades are a bit pokey, but I got it for $16 at Walmart.
That's not bad.
Actually, give me a minute.
And Deadman says, Paul, are you ready for it to be dark as hell at 5:30 starting next week?
Yes. Yes, I am. I go to bed at like 8 o'clock at night, so it doesn't matter to me.
Did he just fucking leave?
He said he had to grab something.
Yeah, he's got something to bring in.
Oh, I know he does. I know.
I'm about to grab all my fodder heads.
I look like a fucking freak of nature without my glasses.
You definitely look different. Oh, I got the recon gear packs too.
Oh, sweet.
So I'll be popping and swapping all night.
I was tempted to get one of those soldiers because of the head sculpts alone, but I was like, I don't know.
I have like 100 loose heads, so I'm gonna just be popping and swapping stuff, see what works.
Popping and locking.
Popping, locking, dropping it, all those 2000s rap songs.
Do you have the Riot Squad heads, the ones that with the gas masks?
That came in that first head pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
He's got that Valaverse logo right on his chest.
Just get my shirt open.
Titty flop out. Fucking Valaverse V all stretched out on that motherfucker.
A big green V right here. Damn. All right, I'm done.
Shit, look at this guy.
Oh, Ted.
It's been like 15 fucking years since he strolled into this chat. I harassed him. I sent him a fucking Instagram. I'm like,
jeez,
I got a stream tonight, bitch. Get in here. No, I just sent it to a bunch of people, and they're probably like, man, why do you send me this shit every Wednesday? I don't go to your fucking stream. So I'm just like,
I've been telling people use promo code Joey Collects on there.
yeah, that promo code don't work.
It won't get your shit off.
It makes you owe them money.
That's great. Use code Joey Collects.
Doubles the tax.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
double tax.
Pay double.
3 times the tax and double shipping.
Steals.
Pay double.
Double that tax. America.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're here in spirit because at every end of every stream we tell them, hey, use the promo code and go to Hella Dope Toys.
He don't pop
so
in.
abandoned. He just left me at the side of the road. He didn't even drop me off at a firehouse or nothing. Fuck, he didn't even leave me on the road. He just threw me in the weeds into a ditch.
So I've got nothing to show. I'll just tell you because I can't get to the stuff. It's all on. You see it, Art. But
he's like, I can't fucking get to it.
I got four Monster Force figures in. I got some Masterverse in, and I got some G.I. Joe in.
Sweet. Which Masterverse did you get? Did you get
I got the new Man at Arms.
Oh,
and I got the new Merman, and there was one more. What else did I get? The Princess of Power, the green dude. I can't remember his name.
Leech. Oh, did you get Leech?
Leech.
Oh, I don't have Leech. I gotta get him.
I haven't taken him out yet, but he looks really good in the box.
Yeah. Did you get the Horde Trooper?
I did not yet. I had what it is. I had a bunch of pre-orders hit all at once. Then that went up, and I was like, I can't spend any more money until Christmas. So I'm praying it stays in stock till after Christmas, and then I'll grab one.
See how Ted treats me?
I always try to send out, and if you show up quite a bit, you miss a week or something, I don't hold you to it.
But I definitely want that Horde Trooper though.
Oh, he's badass. He's big too.
He looks awesome.
I think Ted meant to say 2 bills for you, Joe, because you got one from Ted and one from Aaron.
This is the things I get for sending people to your website. It's crazy. I'm giving you traffic, and this is how you treat me.
When's the last time I heard you even mention Hella Dope?
I don't have to. You do at the end of every stream.
Did you Exactly. I do it. You don't do shit.
It's repetitive. Why would I say it if you say it?
We shot. That's
Exactly.
it. We're gonna do the fucking Brady Bunch ending, and we're all gonna tell everybody to go to fucking Hella Dope. Okay?
Damn right. And I'm gonna say use
It's
promo
hella
code
dope.
Joey Collects. It ain't gonna get you shit off, but at least it'll know who sent you.
Here's the
That's
story
way we spend
on a lady.
One day Ted will recognize my greatness. One day.
Whatever happened to Blue Eyes? He
He is
He's
replaced
on
by
a-
a black man.
he's just
He's
like
on a break.
he was like looking at everybody. He's like, "Fuck you guys," and then
He was
spit in my face.
he
No,
was replaced.
he's
He was
life,
replaced
man.
by
He's
Brown
working,
Eyes.
and
Love you, Joe.
That's
but
all
no,
right. I said he's replaced by a black man.
he's
so.
always welcome anytime. It's just whenever his schedule matches. Life happens. You know, this is just for shits and giggles. We're not making a shit ton of money to try to do these streams. We're doing it just because it's fun and we like chatting with you guys and hanging
And
out.
Josh will be back.
You're making money
Blue
on
Eyes
it?
will be back.
Shit.
I have faith.
If I'm lucky, and this is just me being honest, if I'm lucky, and in 3 months I might make $100. Maybe.
No, you won't, because 50 that's mine.
I need at least like 47 cents of that.
I send that to you in poppy seeds.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was talking to Judd, but if you want poppy seeds, I'll send it to you too. Canuck says Valaverse should be motherfucking Canuck. You were like, hey, can you get me a fucking image with the American flag behind my beaver? And I made it. You don't even use the damn thing. Valaverse should be here Friday. Got my Monster Force in last night, and my 1/6 scale Gerald of Riviera is in yesterday as well. It's probably not even looking like Cavill. It's probably looking like one of the freaking Hemsworth.
looks like
Can I
Liam
just say that?
Liam Hemsworth.
So after opening Van Helsing, I'm really depressed that I wasn't able to get my giant order. I really wish I was able to get my big order, but I got no space.
When's it
For
coming?
now. Oh, he already got some of his. He got his Monster Forces.
Oh, I got the Monster Force in. I cut the order way back. Like
Yeah.
basically, my order was $850.
I am not wearing contact lenses. Will never wear contact lenses. My vision is fine. I just have like astigmatism to where
What's wrong with contact lenses?
I don't want to fucking
Yeah, you
touch.
sounded
my eyes.
like
You don't like them?
issue with contact
Have
lenses.
you tried them?
No.
No.
It gives him the ick.
Yeah.
Although
I like glasses though, but
I tend to say that, but I got contact lenses when I was like 8 years old, so I've been wearing them forever. So it's like second nature to me.
so if I close my left eye, things look slightly blurry. That's what the glasses are for. But when my left eye is open, I can read everything clear as day. I can read everything, you know.
Oh, you just have one eye. It's weird.
Yeah. Yep.
You're like so Rebecca's middle son. He's got like a slight,
Ooh.
and when he was a kid, he'd watch TV like this, looking
I
out
didn't
the
have to
side,
do that
looking
shit.
out the side of his head. Because
I didn't have to do that. I wasn't.
I was like, boy, just get some glasses.
All right. Yeah, why are you giving me crap? I'm here way more than Coxie. Miss you, John. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Shots
shots
fired.
fired. Drama in the toy community. Everybody start making their videos. Why not come out tomorrow?
It's gonna be in the thumbnail next week.
Ooh, KJ Smith said Dracula is super boring.
What?
From Monster Force.
So
How dare you.
here's the unfortunate thing about the Dracula. I think he's the one that got shortchanged in that entire wave. He comes with the least amount of stuff, which I think is a shame. But somebody had to suffer because everybody else comes with a ton of stuff.
Everybody else
I don't
loaded.
think he needs much. I mean, he gets hands and he gets a sword. I mean, that's
Not even like a blood effect or anything.
Right,
Like,
right.
it is
So,
Dracula.
so is that KJ? What don't you like about the Dracula? Like what would make him more exciting? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, KJ. Huh? Back your statement.
And I'm not asking that like this dickhead over here.
You were. It didn't
I'm
look like you were
asking you
pointing
a
at me, though.
genuine question. Since I don't have Dracula, I'd like to know.
And then Deadman said, I sold 30 Toy Mercs shirts last year and made $4. I don't do it for the money either. telling you, man. He said, but the Vampire Troopers and Helsing are dope. And I'm sure he's typing out a response.
I want my answer now.
I want
I
those
already-
pumpkin head guys that Fresh Monkey Fiction are doing.
No, you don't.
I already changed my
They look
name,
really
so-
good. I kind of want the monkey dude.
The monkey guy looks awesome too.
The
Monkey
monkey dude
dude.
looks sweet. I want to get the monkey dude. I'm definitely getting Florida hooded dudes.
Oh yeah.
Because I want 3 of them in the robes, and then 1 leader guy with the hood on.
Dracula, it's the rubber coat, so you can't get into attack poses.
Ah, okay.
It is sort of weird that they attach,
limited articulation. I gotcha.
they attach the trench coat to his vest, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah,
Paul?
I have the red translucent version, and I didn't think he was that bad. I didn't think his coat was that bad. But
He
I
thought
heard
he changed.
somebody,
That looks a lot better.
I saw somebody cut it off. Cut off his
yeah, I've seen people do it too. It
Yeah.
Damn, they bobbited that fucking Dracula vest jacket. One-eyed monkey? What? Yeah, I guess the one with the patch.
I mean, I did that to my Helsing already, so.
Oh, I
Just-
love it. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
There you go. Does that pop on, or is it sort of just
His head down there too.
Dude, I love it.
their stands have their names on them?
Yeah,
What's the head sculpt from, Joe?
it's
The,
this one's the Marvel Legends head sculpts.
Oh, is that
Oh,
it's
That's from the Jack-o'-lantern.
yeah, Decade.
Yeah, it says his name on it.
That's pretty sweet.
I just have his head just down there dead.
I honestly thought
Oh,
that was
boy.
the head sculpt from the Headless Horseman from Mythic Legions there for a second. I was everybody has a
actually
flaming
read that.
pumpkin head.
Wait, why is that dying?
You forgot to plug it in. My pickups, one sort of a roll
Nothing.
from last week, and then I got one other thing. So nothing
We don't
crazy.
care about last week. This is this week, Arthur.
You
If
shut
forgot
the fuck
something
up,
last
old
week, we don't
man.
want to see it.
You shut up. You shut the
shut
fuck
up.
up.
Tired of you.
Go drink another beer, bitch.
Fuck you.
So, like, you guys hear me all the time when I talk about like my work gives me like Chuck E. Cheese points, and then I end up using them for gift cards. Well, I was like, I need to get shit from Target, so I was like, let me order some stuff from Target. So I got that Alf, and then I also got
Yeah.
the Ninja Turtle
That
Cross
thing's
Transformer,
trash.
and
I don't know
it's
why you
pretty
bother
freaking
getting
sweet.
it. It's just garbage.
It's
Just put it in my box.
But like, just to give you an idea, like how big it is, like I was like thinking it was gonna be a lot smaller.
Oh no, it's a bigger transformer.
And it stores all the weapons in it, all the alternate heads. Like it comes with like the blank normal turtle head, but you can store all the other ones in the back, so you could just have them on display. All the shit, it's sweet.
That's
I
one
like
of the
it.
better crossover ones that they've done. So yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I want it. I think that one and Knight Rider are the best. That one
The I liked the freaking DeLorean one they did for Back to the Future.
Oh, the DeLorean was good too.
that one's
That
cool.
was good too.
The Ghostbuster one was weird.
I didn't like the Ghostbuster one, and it was too expensive also for what it was.
Venomite says, "When's Frankenstein coming out from Monster Force?" I
That's
don't know.
that's supposed to. It was supposed to be before the end of the year, but I think because what I don't know is I'm not sure if Wave 2 is delayed because Wave 1 got delayed. I don't know.
I think
haven't heard
I think
anything.
all the rest of them are coming out next year, like quarter 2, quarter 3.
No, there was there are a couple from Wave 1, the General and the Flight Trooper, I think, come out fourth quarter, or they're supposed to.
Okay.
And then
There's
I
a
think-
lot. They have
but
so
but,
many
but
pre-orders.
Paul, I think now I think you're right about the Frankenstein. I think that comes out like quarter 1 or quarter 2 next year.
Well, we're getting answers. Canuck said next wave. I think KJ said next year in season 2.
Hmm.
So there's your answers.
Well, fuck you. Already gave it.
But
It
I
was
did
so
get
aggressive.
something in the mail today, and this is where I was like, Paul, you sure you didn't get anything? Because this guy showed up at my doorstep.
Mine is still not here yet.
That thing's trash too. Just put it in my box. We
See?
don't care, Arthur. Take it out of the box. I can't see it. Take it out
Told
of the
you you
box.
didn't get anything.
Can't see
Yeah.
it. What is that? I can't see it.
See?
It's
Take it
the
out of the
glow-
box.
It's the glow in the dark.
Take it out
Take
the
it out of the
box,
box. Or
or-
it doesn't exist.
I was about
I
to
see
say
it
the
glow.
same thing.
It's the Comic-Con
Take out
exclusive.
the box, or it's not real.
I don't know where a knife's at right now, so it's staying in the box.
Oh my
But,
gosh! You
but I'm not
can't,
keeping it.
you can't rip tape. Believable.
Got to keep the box. You're not saving that box. Just rip it up like you're a kid on your birthday.
Right.
No, I'm going to keep that box. The packaging glows in the dark too.
So what?
I'm keeping all the
Throw it
boxes.
away.
See, there you go. See, Paul understands. Thank
I'm
you, Paul.
keeping all the boxes because I want to put them all back in the box and then store them so I can bring them out for my Halloween stuff.
Oh, you're using them as decorations. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Well, I and the box art, everything's good about it. I love Ben Cooper stuff. Like I had it growing up, and
Well,
You busting my balls, Judd. Why don't you go get your fucking Monster Force? Go get it. Go
I
climb up.
also have just purged a bunch of boxes that I thought I needed to keep
I did too. I actually did
for
that too.
space. But I totally understand why you're keeping the packaging. It makes sense.
Also, the packaging, they're not that big to store. They're smaller than Mythic packages, which I have. I mean, I keep all the packages for all my Mythics. So.
Dinner cylinders later.
I just threw away my Animal Warriors of the Kingdom exclusive box. Oh no!
You fucking
BotCon exclusive box.
man.
Mm.
You just lost value there.
Yep, I just lost $1.5 million that my family will lose out on when I die.
Jeez, like, am I the only savage that just rips stuff out the package and throws it away?
Dude, I do. I do it more than I do it more than I don't.
I have like 3 boxes that I've kept.
Yeah.
Anything
I
else?
generally these days I keep my Mezco, I keep my Mafex, and I keep Hot Toy boxes. That's it. Everything else gets thrown away.
Yeah,
But
I keep.
can't- like I'd love to keep all the Monster Force packaging because it's really nice packaging, but
It's too big.
garbage. Yeah, garbage. I have an entire big Rubbermaid tub full of boxes that I have to throw away because
Yeah, see?
it just takes too much space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
rip open all this shit tonight.
I get rid of everything except for like import stuff like Mezco or like Mythics, unless it's something that like I can put it back and I might possibly sell. Like I usually don't keep it.
Yeah.
But there you go. It's out of the package.
There you go. Peer pressure.
Oh, she doesn't glow. You lied.
Don't take the bait, Arthur.
I'm gonna give you AIDS, Judd. I'm gonna give you space AIDS.
You have to catch me first. You can't catch me, bro. You have to catch me in order to give me AIDS. You can't catch me.
He's like,
Trust me.
my hip, and he takes a dive.
Trust me, you can't catch me.
Yeah, I can.
I'm not that
But
old.
This is how I would do it. I'd place a beer, and then another beer, and then another beer, and then another beer, and there'd be a box with a stick holding up this box, and then there'd be another beer, and then you just follow it in there, and then I'd just pull the stick
You
out and
think.
then fall on you.
Yes, you think that's what you think, but see, I would see the beers and be like, yeah, who cares?
I don't know. That'd be nice in buckets. It'd be ice bucketed beer.
Doesn't matter.
I'd make sure it's your favorite.
I say depends on the
This
beer.
would be the first beer I've had in a month. So how you gonna beat me with beer?
Because beer's good.
I
And if
mean,
you,
while
I'm not saying
it's
you're
good,
an
it's not
alcoholic,
anything
Jesus
that I
Christ.
need.
I'm not saying you're an alcoholic, but you'd appreciate a good, beer.
You're baiting the
Well,
wrong
yeah,
person
but
with
the
beer.
question is, can you
Joe's
a
like,
good
that's
beer.
me. He's like,
do
you
you
can
know what a good beer is?
Like,
I would just reach out to.
I mean,
your
the
family. I'd be like,
last time you thought you were buying a funky beer, it was some kind of weird malt liquor thing that tasted like blue raspberry.
It wasn't a beer at all. I knew it wasn't a beer, and I knew it was a malt liquor.
what are you drinking? OE?
I don't know. It's just something.
No, it was some weird thing.
A fucking.
What was it? Do you remember?
It was like a bomb pop or some shit like that, and then I drank it. Fucking tasted like the bottom of a trash can barrel. I drank one sip and I dumped them both out because it was fucking
bomb
nasty.
pop.
You don't know what a bomb pop is? The red, white, blue.
No, I know that. I'm like a malt liquor that tastes like a bomb pop.
It's
Yeah,
what it was.
It was over here
I'd
in
never
Maryland.
seen it before.
It's probably some fucking homeless people pissing in a fucking can and sealed it and put it up on the shelf. And my stupid ass bought it because I only saw 2.
I'll tell you who likes it. Teenagers. Guaranteed.
Just because they don't
like,
know anything.
Teenagers like fentanyl.
I wonder if it was like Ice House or something.
Teenagers like fentanyl. That's messed up, man.
That should be on a T-shirt.
Teenagers like fentanyl.
Teenagers, my teenagers like fentanyl.
The Forgotten King is cool with the rubber coat because he's a magic user, but Dracula should be able to move. Joag said, "Happy mischief night, fellas."
It's Devil's Night.
It is.
It's the season.
Devil's Night.
I should have made
It's
us little
Devil's Night in
devils instead of
Detroit.
pumpkins.
It's Devil's Night in Detroit.
It definitely is.
So, Art, let me ask you something. Actually, since we're on a Halloween stream, what kind of did you do anything crazy during Devil's Night when you were a kid? Like, do you remember doing any like stuff for it? Like, do people in Detroit do stuff for Devil's Night or not really?
Oh, I didn't live like I was 6 when I lived around there, and then when I was a teenager stuff, I was out towards Lansing and shit like that. So it was a different world.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Me and
So,
like literally Devil's Night is just in the city.
yeah.
but I mean, there was nothing that would hit the news or anything like that was crazy. But like when I was a little kid in the the 80s and I went trick or treating, it was just door to door little like neighborhood stuff. But Devil's Night never was like, holy shit, there's this on fire and people are doing this or that. No, it's just Halloween.
No, I just wondered if like teenagers went around like TP people's houses, like that kind of stuff.
You would find
not
that
not like serious vandalism, but like just that kind of stuff.
We did
That
shit
mo-
like that. When I was
that
a teenager, we did TP some houses. We did egg people's cars. We did like we smashed pumpkins a few times, but it was like we didn't try to like we were never bag snatchers because that was just shitty.
Oh, I always hated those dudes, man.
We weren't bag snatchers or anything like that. One thing that my friends and I did, especially like in high school, like in the mid to late 90s, we would get together and we did instead of doing secret Santa gifts, we did secret Satan gifts. So it was the weirdest, funniest, grossest gifts, but it was Secret Santa style. So it was like everybody goes and picks a gift and.
But is it
whatever.
fucking Christmas? We're not talking about Santa here. This is Halloween and Devil's Night we're talking about.
It was Satan, Secret Satan. So I'll tell you some of the gifts that were given. One of my friends, he carved a toilet out of lard. He made a statue. He made a statue which was a toilet out of lard. So someone got that. One of my friends worked in a butcher shop, so he got a cow heart.
Oh, jeez.
A giant like festering cow heart. That stunk. That was so someone got that. There was all kinds of weird porn that people found, like old shitty magazines, like dirty magazines. Those would get passed around as secret, and it was gifts that no one would want.
Right.
It was like one of the best ones I got that I kept and I still have to this day was one of the Twisted Sister albums on vinyl.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, this isn't a bad gift. I'm like all excited. I'm like, it's the one that has D. Snyder coming out of the friggin' manhole. It's got like the manhole cover.
Oh, that's never mind. I don't know. I'm gonna try and think. I don't remember them all.
It's got a weird. It's not one of the hit albums. It's
No,
like,
no, it's not. It's not.
It's one of the later ones, but
Yeah.
it's still awesome.
No,
Be Cruel to Your School is on that album. If you know Twisted
yeah,
Sister.
that's like mid '90s, I think.
Canuck
Yeah.
says
Like
confirmed.
mid to late '90s.
Future art cut off manhood and has a box. Freak.
Oh.
Cut off manhood and has a box. What are you talking about?
Canuck said, "What are we drinking, gents?"
Mm.
Wait, I want to know what fucking box.
I think when we were talking about when we were talking about opening the box, I'm behind. I'm trying to catch up on chat because you guys won't shut the fuck up for a
All right.
second. But
Confirmed. Cut off.
sad Adams.
What manhood did I cut off?
He's saying that you cut off
forget
your
it.
penis.
Because I
Yeah,
trimmed
correct.
my beard.
No, that is. He's not talking about your beard, dude.
What are you talking about?
I don't give him a chance to respond. God, fuck. He said, "What we drinking?" He said, "Sam Adams Oktoberfest is his favorite." KJ Smith, a 40-ounce of old homeless pea. Oh, he was talking about what I was drinking. Hell yeah, back in Canada, we did all sorts of shit, and we were rebels. Did not apologize either. He said,
Yes,
"Art,
you did.
you
You're
are
Canadian.
no, not yet." Paul definitely did not gift a superior Spider-Man for a secret Satan.
You're still within your 3 months.
But he also said before that Paul gets rid of everything except superior Spider-Mans.
No. Joe said that I'm not allowed to send it for 3 months, so
Oh shit.
he's deemed that. He deemed.
We're not gonna take it, and I want to rock.
Yeah, neither one of those songs were on that album.
He's like, I gotta do that thing again. Have a good one, dead man.
Is that a twisted sister pin on your lapel? What are you
But the
gonna
best
do with your life?
gift that I gave was at one of the parties where we did this.
He's like,
I went on a date with this girl. This is my first date. I went out with this girl and I scraped a dead raccoon off the road and put it in a box and gave it as my secret Satan gift. And this girl still wanted to date me after this. It was hilarious.
Oh, you fucked up.
Is that now your wife?
No.
Yeah, right.
It was way before her. If I had done that with her, she would have done it. She would have just been like, this is cool because she's awesome. This other girl, I was probably scaring the shit out of her, but that's okay. I didn't end up with her anyway.
You wouldn't have been happy.
No. She wasn't cool enough.
That one, not bad, Froggy, but not as good as Sam Adams.
I haven't had a beer since Bob was president.
Sam Adams,
What?
his
Probably
fucking
Oktoberfest.
his Oktoberfest.
Sam Adams overrated.
It is.
It's not Oktoberfest is okay. It's not a bad beer.
It's okay.
It's no Miller High Life, the champagne of beers.
I'd honestly be
not no Bush.
Miller High Life is water.
Southern Tier.
Nothing beats Still Reserve though.
Ugh.
I have a story with Still Reserve.
Dude, I can't even smell malt liquor anymore.
Share this story.
I look up and I just see myself. I'm like, oh, hi.
Dude, your face was great once you looked up and noticed that it was just you.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I can't talk about the whole story, but
Yeah, you can.
no, I can't.
Nobody watches this.
No, I
He's a
can't.
teacher.
But yeah,
Oh,
Damn,
wait, never mind.
I got
You
Joe.
go.
I
I
I'm
have an
sorry,
English
Joe.
Joe.
I forgot. No, you can't.
He's
But-
like, nobody you know watches this. Fuck you.
It does
Dude.
not matter. I'll put it in the chat later.
He's like, we only got
Yeah,
8 people
we'll talk
watching.
about
And-
that. We'll talk
and
about
not-
that.
And not talk about that.
All right, fair
But-
enough. Fair.
I will tell you that we used to make these things called sidewalk slams, and it was 40 ounce of Steel Reserve 40 mixed with the original Great Four Locos.
Oh,
And
You're trying to
Oh.
kill people.
yeah, it was bad. Had some bad nights. Had some real bad nights with
That
that.
hangover would be freaking brutal.
Oh, we did that, and then we popped the Vicodin. It's rough.
Because your back was hurting.
Sure.
My neck was sore.
I woke up. I just
Yeah,
woke up.
boo-boo.
I think we drank those around like 10 p.m. I woke up in my room the next day at like 1 p.m. Like, the fuck? Like, I don't remember shit from after that. There's a whole story there, though, but
Yeah, it sounds like.
yeah, I'll tell you later.
American
All right,
beer. similar to
stream's
making love
over.
in a
Sorry,
boat.
guys. We need to know what Joe's story is.
Boat
See you next
closed
week.
to water. What? American beer similar to making love in a boat. Both
I don't-
close to water. You're saying American beer is water?
No, lagers are water.
Depends
Right.
on
Doesn't
what
matter
you get.
what country you get them from.
Depends on what you get. I mean, it cannot. What's a good Canadian beer that you like? Like,
Wow,
Damn.
Moosehead.
Wait,
Moosehead.
wasn't Molson a Canadian
Coconut?
beer?
Molson
Molson.
Ice. Molson Ice and Moosehead.
Molson.
Molson Ice is what I remember as a teenager drinking.
Labatt Blue.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it was Labatt.
Labatt.
That's what it fucking was.
Labatt Blue. There was the one. What was the one with
That shit
the?
wasn't any better than American beer. Canuck, you're crazy.
What was the one with the? What was it? A deer's on it or a moose, some shit like that.
That's the Moosehead.
That's Moosehead, right?
Yeah, that one's good. I like
Ugh,
Moosehead.
Molson
It's a
Dry?
skunky beer.
Ew.
Molson Dry.
Ew.
You have lampshades in your basement, don't you? Made out of human skin.
Barf.
You said it's Moosehead.
Who
Oh, it
first of all,
sucks.
who
If
still
anybody
uses
thought what I was
lampshades?
thinking when you're talking about Moosehead, I was like, Jaeger has like a deer or elk or whatever the fuck that is.
Jägermeister beer, man.
Jaeger's a deer.
Yeah, what the heck?
My buddy
Jaeger's
loves
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Fucking noob. Damn.
He loves Jaeger. I'm like,
Yeah, we drink Jaeger Red
that's
Bull
just
all the
like
time.
instant. It's instant fucking acid reflux.
Oh, Jaeger. Ugh. Ugh.
I think it was
I
during,
told
one of-
everybody
When you
deer
gave
blood.
up, you gave up on life.
I think during one of the hurricanes that hit here on the East Coast. Was it Katrina or Sandy? One of the two. But it hit Jersey hard, and we had like curfews and shit like that because
That
like
was
it was
Sandy.
like most of the time, most of the town was out with the lights and stuff. Me and my brother used to walk around the town that night with a bottle of Jaeger in one hand and a can of Red Bull in the other, and just shot.
They're both fucking foul. Like plain Red Bull is the worst Red Bull.
I don't drink Red Bull unless it's with Jägermeister. So, but I don't drink Jaeger anymore. It's like
Triple X
drinking
beer or
liquor.
black ice strong beer, 7.5 to 8%.
Yeah, it's like drinking a Bud Ice. It's 8%.
But I could just drink a Bud Light Platinum and get that same alcohol content.
Bud Light Platinum is 6.
Yeah, but here's the problem with the higher alcohol content. It no longer tastes like beer. You just taste the alcohol.
That is true.
Most times. Again, that's what Bud Ice is like. Bud Ice
Or
is
I should just get a bottle of whiskey, which is better.
All
Let's
right.
get it.
Oh, hold on. Who knows what this is?
It's a reindeer.
deer? A
It's
deer?
Jägermeister.
Oh,
The Jaeger shot glass.
what? Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Jaeger's still not cool. But
Because yes, I used to be a drunk.
Mhm.
But what is this? Absolute collecting. It's Adam Cole Bebe versus Buddy Matthews.
Hey, there you go. There's Lucas. What's up, Lucas James?
Everybody said caribou. No, caribou. So anyway, let's dive into the meat and potatoes things because we're going to be talking about things that are Halloween. We're talking about horror movies, ladies and gents, and there are a good amount because some of these fuckers, when I ask them, "Hey, what are some of your favorite horror movies?" They're dumb.
Is
They're
Debbie
dumb.
Does Dallas?
They can't
in there?
respond. They send fucking dick pics to each other that are Halloween themed. Actually, they were booties and titties. You know,
No, Paul.
that's what they do. That's what we do in the chat. I'm like, hey man, what do you guys remember? What are some things from your childhood? And then it's like pumpkin painted titties and pumpkin painted
Paul.
asses and shit.
Paul, when you sent those, I was legitimately on Google Googling girls in sexy costumes.
Yeah, you were.
Wait, didn't Joe start with it though?
No, it was me.
No, it was Paul. That was all Paul.
But
Like,
I
Stanley
sent-
beat me to
I
it.
sent I sent exactly what you wanted, and then I sent you a little bit extra.
I don't even remember seeing movies that you mentioned. All I saw were fucking hard,
Are you
rock
kidding?
hard, fucking implant, fucking.
Yeah, why
pumpkin
don't you go
titties.
back and actually look at the damn?
Why don't
You
you just
have
wait until we're done going through the movies? And if I missed it, that's because you fucking put on those rock hard fake titties painted like pumpkins.
No, it's because you can't read.
Should I take care of this guy?
Yo, I'm literally sitting here at work and I see like
I told Judd
all
to add
things
him into the
a
slide.
folder. I opened it. I was like, oh shit! Close it right back. I was at work. I was like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, dang, give me a warning.
So who adds Nosferatu to their viewing during the Halloween?
Me, because that's why it's in there.
I
look at the mic
actually
there.
don't watch Nosferatu as much as I watch Shadow of the Vampire, which is Willem Dafoe playing Orlok, and it's like a fictional retelling of them doing the actual production of Nosferatu, but he's actually a vampire, and it's such a great movie. And he starts eating the cast,
Yeah.
and they're doing a remake of Nosferatu in which Willem Dafoe plays in it, but he's not the vampire.
I just like that the mic is in the picture.
It is. It's right there.
The boom mic, yeah.
Then we got some more vampires.
You
Classics.
can blame all the really old movies on me because I'm the old guy.
I would have thought, Paul, you don't watch the classics.
This year I watched Frankenstein.
No, I'm not asking what you watched. I'm just saying these aren't part of your Halloween viewing.
Some years. A lot of the classics that I end up watching, I sent you a bunch of them, but you obviously didn't pay attention.
Obviously, I did because there's like fucking 60 movies in this fucking slide, Paul. So why don't you just fucking talk about what's on the screen?
Jeez.
Only 60? You're bitching about 60 slides?
No,
60.
I wasn't. I
You're
didn't say I was
seriously
bitching.
crying about having I put
Not
60
really, not at all.
slides in this slide.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. What the fuck did he come with that? Comes in like a Muppet, like you bitching about. No, that wasn't what I was bitching about.
All I heard was your bitch ass saying, well, I put 60 slides in there and
Judge from the kitchen.
Select the fucking no, he's like, what'd you say? I was like, what the fuck, dude? I didn't even
sitting
say
on the
anything
toilet
like
with the
that.
door open.
Right? Anyway, we
this
got.
guy thinks he's tough because he put 60 slides in the fucking slides.
Where is this coming from? God damn! Somebody control this motherfucker. I put fucking. He's ready to beat some ass. He put 60 slides together. God damn! You know, like what the fuck? Anyway, we got fucking Dracula. Apparently nobody watches.
Oh,
we got the
shit.
fucking Wolfman. We got Frankenstein. We got the Creature of Black Lagoon. We got the Blob. We got Killer Tomatoes. Fuck it, we're done with that old shit. All right, we got some Fright Night. All right, somebody watching some fucking Fright Night. God
Hell yeah.
damn.
Fright Night's awesome. I like the remake of Fright Night too.
Does anybody want to talk about any of those ones I skipped past?
Nope.
No.
No.
Mr. Saying I put fucking 60. Anyway, let's go back to this shit. Especially Judd, if you don't want to fucking talk about it, because he's like, man, I like that Universal Monster. That's what I grew up with. And then he's not even fucking talking about it.
Oh,
Anyway,
no more beer for Judd. This is why he only drinks like once a month. Oh my god.
This is just me, man.
the neck,
I woke up in a mood
figure
today.
was pretty
This
nice.
is it. Feisty. I'm feisty today.
Then we got, it's all the Universal Monsters. We got the Wolfman. These are things
More
that you
classics.
see in a lot of the horror movies that you'd be watching. They'd be watching these, and a lot of people wouldn't even really give a shit. They'd be like, "Oh, it's this." It's like, no, fucking watch the ones that sort of inspired a lot.
Yeah. When all right. So when I was a kid, this is what would play. I mean, obviously they played them on like Sundays, like all the time. but during Halloween, like you knew that they were going to be on. So you could like on a Saturday night, you could just watch all the Universal Monster movies because they were playing them.
Ooh, that's cool.
I just watched Frankenstein, like, because I think Peacock has like all of them to stream.
Yeah, Peacock's got them all.
So I was watching Frankenstein. My son actually got pretty into it too, which is like, you know, black and white movies don't usually grab him, but Creature from the Black Lagoon, I like it, but I haven't watched it in a long time. That's one I gotta bust out and watch that one.
This movie made me, when I first saw it, I swear to God, I didn't swim in Lake Michigan for like a year. And like you'd be swimming and you'd hit the lake weed, even they call it seaweed, and it would just like that's what you would think was it the creature from the lagoon was coming to get you.
Are you gonna get clawed or is he gonna just suck you off? Those are the options you had with the creature of the Black Lagoon.
Whoa.
Well, I don't want either. Look at those teeth.
Whoa.
I just thought he had like a suckerfish mouth. I didn't know he had teeth in there.
Oh, he's got teeth.
Oh, he's got
shit.
big sharp teeth.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would fucking creep me out of in Lake Michigan. You're like, yeah, because the freaking
Well, because I'm sure you swam in Lake Michigan as a kid. Like at the shore, they've got that stuff they call seaweed, but I call it lakeweed. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, it's
like,
dark as shit.
Freaks
And
you out.
yeah.
And it touches your leg when you're swimming, and you're like,
Well, right, but after I watched that movie, that's what I thought I was.
What them lips do. And he says, I like the creature from Black Lagoon, Venom Bite.
it's very cool.
Suck a fish.
I have all these NECA figures.
and then the Blob.
The Blob is funny because like the old Blob, the 50s Blob is like campy and kind of
yeah,
funny. You watch the 80s one and it's straight like body horror.
Right.
Like the Blob starts melting people, and yeah. But
the Blob is kind of a comedy to me.
If
It's
you think
funny.
about it, I mean, the Blob probably inspired slimes in RPGs.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it inspired a lot of stuff, but like you guys being a little younger, these were the scary movies when, I mean, other than like Friday the 13th and like, you know, the ones that everybody knows, like as a kid, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, this is what I was watching in the basement getting scared. And you watch it now, it's like you watch them now, but you watch them as an adult or even as a teenager when I watch them, I'm like, why is I so scared of this? It's so funny.
Have a good night, Canuck.
Yeah, have a good night, Canuck.
Yeah, Canuck.
Kate just said Blob is fucking awesome, original and remake.
Yeah. These were the movies, like, these were the movies that played, like, in the middle of the night. Like, they were, like, the late movies, like, on, like, cable back in the early 90s.
Yeah. Yep.
Venom Bite, watch both.
HBO and Cinemax Classics.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Or what was that one? When Turner Classic Movies first came out and were, like...
all the time,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
They would play... all of these would be playing, like... Yeah.
And this movie never scared me. I always thought this movie was silly.
Yeah. This movie,
even as a little kid, like giant tomatoes going around and like them, and then the tomatoes just like kind of roll over them.
They made a cartoon and they made action figures from this shit.
Yep. I watched the movie because I saw the cartoon first. I saw the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes cartoon first. And also, I felt the same way this and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They were just like fun. They weren't scary.
Yeah. And same with Killer Clowns. I agree. Yeah. Killer Clowns was just fun.
Which I definitely didn't put in the slides because
you did?
I did not.
You didn't? Oh.
I know I missed a lot of fucking good ones, but I mean,
that's okay.
Me and John were talking. It's like if we'd be here forever.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say like there are so many. There's no way you can get them all.
Oh yeah,
and everybody's got different opinions on what's good.
It is dope. Cage Smith says, "Yeah, it does, but it will be gone just in time." Oh, he's talking about Lucas got pneumonia.
Oh, that sucks. Hope you feel
Yeah.
good. Or
Yeah.
feel good. Feel better.
I've had it. It sucks. It's the worst.
So what do you guys think of Fright Night?
Fright Night is awesome. Fright Night
I like
2.
Friday Night.
Fright Night 2 is ridiculous, but also awesome.
Oh,
the
Friday Night
remake-
2 is definitely totally ridiculous.
Oh, it's ridiculous. but it's still good. And it
Oh,
has the
definitely good.
It has the dude who plays Uncle Rico turning into a werewolf. So
Trying to remember which one this is.
Fright Night's where the kid's neighbor is like a vampire, and he like starts seeing all the crazy stuff.
Okay, I've seen this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he sees like bodies getting pulled out by the guy who works for the vampire. But he's also a vampire. He's like the Daywalker vampire. I didn't get that part.
I've
but-
seen this.
Yeah.
Well, he was the prelude to sparkly vampires.
I liked Fright Night because the vampires were horrific. They were like,
Oh, yeah.
and they turned into like the one dude turned into like a demon bat. It wasn't like a regular bat. He turned into like
Right.
this demon-y bat. And then at the end, he's got like big bone wings and like, oh, it's nuts. But it's so good. It's a lot of fun.
The classic Exorcist.
This is definitely every Halloween. I gotta watch The Exorcist.
This is when like shit really started fucking me up when I was a kid. This was
So
when I was like,
I actually have a messed up story about this movie, and it's got nothing to do with me, but it's got to do with a good friend of mine who has passed on, unfortunately. But he had a really shitty stepdad, and when he was little, his stepdad used to force him to watch this movie.
What?
Like literally force him to watch it.
hell no.
Wouldn't let him close his eyes. He had to watch The Exorcist every Halloween.
That's weird.
Like, how messed up is that? Like,
That's pretty weird.
It was one of
I'm gonna
this is one of
give
those
my
movies-
kid fucking nightmares.
Yo, this is one of those movies where like I'd be like I'd watch it and I'd flip to it and it'd be like the girl's head spinning and I would scream and I'd like turn back to like cartoons. Like 5 minutes later I'd turn back and it's just a priest walking and I'd be like, oh, this isn't so bad. Like
Yeah.
that's how I played those movies. I couldn't do it when I was a kid.
I do not remember Children of the Night, underwater vampires. That sounds wild.
I have heard of that, but I don't think I've ever watched it.
Gotta remember to check that out.
Mm-mm.
Benabite said never watched the Exorcist movie.
You need to. It's awesome.
Not
It's
the
so-
remake. Not the remake.
No, watch the
no,
original.
original.
It's funny
Always-
because this is the only movie my father's ever been like, that movie freaked me out. Like that's the only like my dad watched a lot of horror movies with me and he was always like, oh yeah, silly, fun, whatever, like kind of like I am with a lot of horror movies. But this movie he saw in the movie theater when it came out in the 70s and he was like, yeah, that movie freaked me out. Like no, brah.
Sort of like how the first Paranormal Activity fucking creeped me out.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was like, got home and I had a basement in my townhouse and stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to go down that basement. I was like, how do you fight stuff that you can't freaking see, man? And I don't give a shit out. It's like I could have a Bible in the house. I don't know what to fucking read from that motherfucker to cast whatever away. And I'd be that one screaming like a girl being pulled down the stairs.
I don't get scared by horror movies so much. Like I haven't really been, but like
You did
there's
scrape up a fucking dead raccoon, put it in a box, and give it to a girl.
that's true. However, there's movies.
Yeah, it's fucked.
There's some movies though that definitely made me feel like I feel fucked up. Like I don't ever want to see. Like I don't ever want to feel. Like, have you ever seen Salo?
No.
Or or
No.
a Serbian movie? Yeah, those are just like when they're like insane torture movies.
But they're like snuff films.
Pretty
Like
much.
borderline.
Borderline.
The two movies that Paul just mentioned are like, you could almost say that they are snuff films without being
Yes.
a snuff film.
They're basically like glimpses into hell. In which case because I watched them and I couldn't get through them because I was just like, these are, because I had a friend who was into just like the worst stuff. So
I did too, Paul, and I didn't make it through either one of those movies.
I was literally just like, I feel like a horrible human being, just like even.
Oh god.
But we got Poltergeist.
Don't Go Near the
Poltergeist, we
Light.
just
This movie's
watched.
awesome.
We
Love
just
this
watched
movie.
it, and I love this movie. Real skeletons in it too.
What about the?
This one didn't bother me
what
too
about the
much.
sequels?
No, the sequels are
No,
garbage.
the sequels are trash.
Yeah,
Only the
But this
original's
one's-
good with this one.
yeah.
This movie didn't bother me that much.
What's crazy is the little girl didn't her fucking dad kill her mom and her and all that stuff?
No, that's not what happened. She got sick, but there are a lot of. I think the daughter, the other daughter, the older daughter, in real life, she was murdered, I believe, by her boyfriend. And there's a lot of stuff about the poltergeist. They called it like the poltergeist curse, like where a bunch of people who were on the show, like a bunch of bad stuff happened. And
was it Poltergeist that in the 90s there was like a helicopter crash during the filming of it, like one of the sequels?
I don't remember that.
It was during filming, and there was some helicopter that wasn't part of necessarily like obviously the movie, but it was some sort of filming helicopter. And I have this memory that like it crashed or something, and some crew members and stuff were killed.
That happened during the Twilight Zone movie.
Oh, that's okay. That's what I'm thinking of. Thank you.
I thought that happened with the basketball player.
You're talking about Kobe?
Yeah, wasn't he in a helicopter and it crashed?
Yeah, him and his daughter.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh well, that's my brain went there.
Yeah.
Then we got Halloween, and when I'm showing like the one we're talking about all the Halloweens, we can talk about all the Halloweens here. But of course, I use
The first three are worth watching. After that, they get ridiculous. I feel the same way about Friday the 13th.
I love Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. That's actually my favorite Halloween movie.
And I'm surprised they didn't
Well,
bring.
like I said, the first three.
I'm surprised they didn't bring back any of like stuff from the Season of the Witch.
I think they wanted to do anthology after. So the first movie was made. John Carpenter made the first one. The second, the sequel, the second movie, he didn't want to do it. The first movie was supposed to be standalone, but of course it made money. So they were like, you got to make a sequel. And so then he kind of went, all right, whatever. Here, this is the sequel. And then I think his idea after that was anthology, so it would just be different story every movie. That's why they did what they did for Season of the Witch. And Season of the Witch is awesome. I love it.
Oh, it's a great movie.
It's so good. It is like a Twilight Zone episode. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
The whole
Halloween never scared me because I don't know. I always was a person that thought logical in situations, because in scary movies it was always even though there's no logic to them, but it was just everybody always sees the person. They would see Michael and they'd go running at the speed of light 5 blocks away, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I'm safe," and they turn around and he'd just be there standing there, and I'd be like, "Okay, well, clearly running away from him doesn't do it. So just keep him in your line of vision at all times."
But bro, the best part about both Halloween and Friday the 13th are how slow the motherfuckers move.
they teleport.
And they'd be sprinting, hold on, sprinting and tripping at the same time. Bro, the dude moves like this fast, and you're like,
tortoise and the hare thing, you know?
Yeah.
I watched all of the first 8 Friday the 13th movies this month. Me and my son have watched because he hasn't seen all of them, and so obviously we didn't watch Freddy, or not Freddy, but Jason Goes to Hell, and we didn't watch Jason X, but we watched 1 through 8.
Halloween Season of the Biatch. I think that was a porno. I watched Rob Zombie Halloween, Halloween Curse of Michael Myers, H2O, and Resurrection.
Yeah, those are shit.
Damn.
No, the Rob Zombie first Halloween movie is okay.
I was gonna say I kind of like the first Rob Zombie one.
H2O is terrible. The Busta Rhymes Halloween movie sucks. It's so bad.
Yeah, that was awful.
The first zombie one's good though. The second one.
Yeah. I saw this in the theater.
Oh, I love this movie.
I enjoyed all the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
These are also I consider the first one's I think the most legit of them, After that,
the
it's
first,
goofy fun.
yeah, the first one I would say is legitimately the scariest out of all of them.
I was
Not
Before
that
you-
any of them are necessarily like super scary, or I should say creepy other than scary. The first one's creepier, I feel like.
Well, Freddy talks the least in the first one, so that's why.
less bitches coming out of his mouth.
Yeah,
I'm your boyfriend now.
Bitch.
get ready for prime time, bitch.
See,
But
I could this movie I couldn't do it because I was too young. So I would be like, I can't go to sleep now. So now I'm fucked. like I'm really fucked up. Like,
however, go back and watch New Nightmare because that one's underrated. I think New Nightmare is a good one.
Dream
You just
Warriors
watch that
is
scene
better.
over and over again where the guy's driving the car and the claw's coming up scratching his nuts, you know.
Yep.
And then you're talking about Friday the 13th. I liked I can't say I liked all of them.
First
I do like all of them for different reasons. My favorite one's the third.
I like
like
the
the
ones
third.
with Voorheeses in it.
First
With what?
I like the ones that have Jason Voorhees in them.
So two of them don't have him.
Yeah,
Right.
I was gonna say. So basically, you don't like two of the movies.
Yep.
Five is hilariously bad.
Oh,
But it's also not Jason. However, it's got so many good scenes in it that are just because they're ridiculous, and also it has the cool '80s soundtrack. So I dig it. But yeah, it's teleporting Jason. Like a lot of it's just teleporting Jason. He's like 20 feet away from you, behind you, and then all of a sudden he's in front of you and grabs you.
Freddy and Jason were always like those were the Halloween type of movies that were always playing when I was younger.
Staples.
We got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This shit scared the shit out of me.
oh, dude, it scared me the first time I saw it. Well, definitely scared me. And then when I was a teenager, I found out that it was based on a real story, and I went and read the real story, like read into it, I should say. And then the next time I watched it, it scared me even more.
Jason X is so bad it's funny.
Yeah, no,
No.
Jason X is a straight comedy.
Magnetized nipples, man. Magnetized nipples.
It has one of the best kills though.
G'day,
when
Frostbite
when
or Frostbite.
the chick gets her head shoved into like the liquid nitrogen and then he smashes it like that's cool.
that was good.
My favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the remake
First one.
with Jessica Biel.
Nope. Original.
That's actually my favorite one too. I feel like they took the
Because
original.
y'all are lame.
No, the first. I'm sorry, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Drive-by disrespect.
It's. I'm sorry. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre has so many bad movies in it. Like just like unwatchable, like sequels.
This one never appealed to me. I didn't care for these.
The first movie is good. The remake with Jessica Biel is good. 2 is okay, but most of them I don't like, and not worth watching.
Only the first one's worth it.
You didn't like the one with Matthew McConaughey?
No, not really. That's 3, and I was.
Hellraisers.
I love Hellraiser. I love the first 4 Hellraiser movies are actually awesome. Before it gets just.
I think it's the second one I like the most. That's the one where that guy came back, right?
That's Hellbound.
No, like it was the chick and the dude were like messing around and she ended up killing the dude, but then he ended up coming back.
Yeah,
I think it's the second one.
So the first one is pretty much takes place all in the house.
Right.
The second one's in the insane asylum where the daughter Kirsty she goes to hell, and then part of it takes place in like the doctor's house, and then it's mostly in the insane asylum, and then in actually hell. You get to see a lot of hell in that one, so that one's a lot of fun. The third one's in a nightclub, and then like on the streets, and
we had that's where you got all the Cenobites and the dude shooting CDs out of his mouth and shit.
The new Cenobites that are just absolutely ridiculous. The dude who's got the camera eye that shoots.
Yeah.
I never watched any of the Hellraisers.
I've only seen
I like
one.
the first one. The first one is probably the most horror. Well, actually, the first two are pretty like just really dark horror, but then it starts getting more like goofy and campy. A lot of fun. The remake that's on Hulu for Hellraiser is awesome.
Yeah, the remake was actually really, really impressive.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Evil Dead's great.
Evil Dead.
Those are classics.
Yeah. Evil Dead.
Filmed in my home state, Michigan,
These are timeless, though. Like, I'll watch Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2, like, any time of year.
Yeah. Those are even like Halloween movies to me all the
They
time.
made Evil Dead 2, which is like, I don't know why they called it 2, because it's technically a remake of the first one, in a sense.
It is. It's basically
I
Evil
think-
Dead 2 is better, I think, than Evil Dead, but
I should have had you add hard boiled.
Yeah, there's a lot that I missed.
Have you seen hard boiled?
I saw it.
Anybody?
I've seen it years ago.
I don't recall what's it about. What's it about, Judd? What's hard boiled about?
Just
Sounds
grossness.
It's just gross.
Just gross.
And then, of course, we went in from Evil Dead 2. We got Army of Darkness, which was it was fun.
This one's probably the most rewatchable for me. I watch Army of Darkness the most because it's, I don't know. I think it's probably also because I saw Army of Darkness before I saw Evil Dead.
Army of Darkness is my least favorite. Sorry.
That's when you start getting Bruce Campbell coming. Like Ash was becoming Ash.
I like the first two.
And then the little, like, it was so ridiculous. I'm like, dude, you picked up that boiling hot ass teapot to pour it down your throat to kill the little versions, and it's hot as hell, but you're pouring it down your throat and you're okay with it? Like,
yeah.
Sacrifices had to be made, man.
Venom Bite, groovy. Hail to the king, baby.
This is my boomstick. Yeah.
Watch Evil Dead and Bubba Hotep, good movies. Bubba Hotep's funny as hell.
Oh wow, Bubba Hotep. People don't even mention that a whole lot anymore. Like, but that one's
JFK. He's black.
Yep. And Elvis is Bruce Campbell.
Right. Oh shit. He's sucking souls out of assholes.
Dude, so the remake of Evil Dead is
Did you have those backwards? Did those literally just go 3, 2, 1? Or 2, 3, 1?
What?
No,
this is a remake.
Evil Dead.
That's the remake.
Oh,
that's the remake Evil Dead. But it was remade by. Wasn't it remade by Sam Raimi though? Didn't he remake his own movie again?
I think so.
I think he did.
But it was.
But this one's like
fucking hilarious though. Duct tape solves everything.
Pretty much.
It is over the top gore.
This one was pretty disgusting.
But the next one was a work of art. This movie was amazing. Probably one of my top horror movies of all time.
Really? You think
it was so damn good. It was so good. The main actress that played this bitch was just like, she deserves to get an award. Like the whole thing was just good from beginning to end. I enjoyed it. Paul doesn't agree. He's like, I didn't like it.
I actually did not watch it.
Shut up. What?
Nope.
You need to watch it.
Paul, I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, I haven't
seen it either. You see, I'm over here.
I think it's on something I have, but I just haven't watched it yet.
Highly recommend it. Like, it is violent.
I've heard it's good.
Sam Raimi. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. I've heard it's really good, but I'm just surprised that you think that highly of it. That's all time.
She was from the Viking show. I did not know that. He said he also liked Ash vs. Evil Dead, which they had another season to close it off. Yeah, I enjoyed that series.
I thought
that series was good.
I thought they were bringing back Ash vs. Evil Dead.
No,
they're not.
I only saw a couple episodes of it, but I always heard amazing things about it.
It's
was
fun.
Good.
Yeah, I watched a couple of them.
Plus, you got Lucy Lawless that just came out of nowhere. You're like, holy shit, that's Lucy Lawless. That's Xena. What the fuck?
Well, that makes sense because he was on Xena.
Yeah, it's Robin Hood.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, this movie though, it's good, Paul.
I didn't even know
When
that.
you watch it, let me know what you think. But I saw it in theaters, loved it, watched it again, not in theaters, and still enjoyed it.
I watched the what was it called? The First Omen, the new prequel Omen movie. That one was good.
I haven't seen it. What
Pretty
about
good.
The Haunting in Connecticut?
Oh man, this is awesome! Where they cut off the eyelids and keep him in a box. Oh
They
yeah,
had the people in the walls.
yeah, and the dude, and it shows the kid actually spewing during the seance, spewing the ectoplasm out of his mouth.
Venomite said heard they're an animated show with Bruce Campbell reprising his role, making a animated show. Huh?
No,
Be interesting.
it'll make money.
But yeah, this shit was cool. Like I didn't know what to expect, but like you saw the trailer and yeah, you can see that the shit coming out of the mouth, the ectoplasm.
Yep.
And
Well, the cool thing about this is that it's based on stuff that I think is great. Was during the turn of the century from the 1800s to the 1900s, when all they were basically snake oil salesmen. You know, they were shilling bullshit across like middle America. And it was one of the main things was they were spiritualists, and they were like, we're gonna have seances and we're gonna do all this stuff. We're gonna talk to the dead spirits, your old family members, and it was a massive just like con job that was just like sweeping the nation. And they took that sort of premise and turned it into no, it's actual shit. We're conjuring shit we shouldn't. So I thought
that kid waking up with all those freaking cuts all over his body, the symbols and shit, I'd have been like, yeah.
This movie was a surprise. When I watched it, I felt like this movie and like The Conjuring. I went into them thinking like, this is probably gonna be some bullshit. I don't care about it. And then it was actually like it was like more than just surprisingly good. It was really good.
People Under the Stairs was good.
People Under the Stairs is great, but it's
underrated.
It's underrated. Wes Craven, but it's funny. It's really funny.
It doesn't have big Rames in it.
It does. And the kid, his name is Fool. He calls him Fool.
Right. Man. Then I threw in one of my favorites.
Oh, the Gate. Yeah. This one.
This movie scared the shit out of me as a kid.
I can see that.
The little freaking demon running around and his friend gets possessed and
doesn't he dig it up out of the backyard or something?
It was like a meteorite hit the backyard and they found
that's what
it.
it was, yeah.
And then his one friend that was like super like rock, like heavy metal looking, and he just looked like a big dork wearing leather jacket and shit. He's playing his records backwards and shit, and it was like playing some seance thing, and the thing cracked open.
Yeah.
But good movie, pretty cool effects, and it was creepy. And then they made a sequel, had the same nerdy looking dude that was in it as the main character. And it was weird because they're like, oh, I caught a demon and it gives me wishes, but then the wishes turn to shit, like literal shit. So he's like, bullies like beat this kid up and take his demon, and they're going out to restaurants and shit, like with all this money, and then they go to reach in their pockets and they're pulling out just shit because the money turned to shit before they could use it. And the car that they wished up turned into a big pile of shit out on the road.
Oh, I want to watch
them. I never heard of this one.
So the gate was really good and creepy, and then this one just had some. It seems like sequels for horror movies had that comedy added to it a little bit.
Yeah, they were trying to make it more, palatable for a wider audience. That's all it was.
What about Cabin in the Woods?
Oh, Cabin in the Woods is another one that completely turns all the horror tropes on their head, and it's awesome.
I wish we would have got sequels.
Man, I'm kind of glad that it didn't.
Sequels would have ruined it.
Yeah. Also because the end of it is such a good,
I just would have liked to have seen maybe not sequels, but how movies have you can choose a track or something. I would like to have seen
different stories.
Yeah. What would have happened if they chose a different item?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I want to see a merman.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust me, you don't. The cleanup is terrible. No, we watched Cabin in the Woods about a week ago too, because I always roll this one out too now. Like the last few years, this is in the rotation for Halloween.
Yeah, and then you got yourself Thor riding his motorcycle.
Yes, into the friggin' force field or whatever.
Never seen it, Judd?
Yeah.
Oh,
that would be why I said a sequel would ruin it.
Yeah. And I love it because, you know, it looks like it's going to be another just like cheeseball horror movie, and then all of a sudden it's like, what? Wait,
it's not. I was pleasantly surprised by this one.
Oh, same. Me and my wife watched this like right when it came out, and we were both like, what? Like, it throws you for a loop.
One Man Toy Show say loved Cabin in the Woods. If anybody says a Joss Whedon movie, never liked it. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect when people like. I don't even think I saw the movie poster. I think somebody's like, "Yeah, we need to check out Cabin in the Woods," and I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be some like generic horror movie, be entertaining." But then it's like, "What the hell did I just watch?" And it was good.
Really good.
Honestly, it gave me like a one of the movies in the slides, but 13 Ghost vibe with
13 Ghosts.
Yeah, a little bit.
The remake or the original?
Remake.
Oh, I put this one. See,
13 Ghosts freaked me out, but it was good.
That's you. You did put my slides in here because I put it.
It just coincidentally went in there, but this was surprisingly good.
Oh, I love The Witch. The Witch is it. Now, this movie, I will say, is it's kind of a slow burn. Like when you're first watching it, you're just kind of like, what the hell's going on? What are we doing here? But it's great. It's got great atmosphere. This is a good atmospheric, creepy movie.
These are like some of those like this and the Hereditary. Like those were like some of the ones that started off like the A24. Like you're like, dude, this stuff is good. And then once people are like, I like these movies, A24 started churning out bullshit that people still said was good. But The Witch was really good.
This one was one where it was like, because the whole movie you're just like, oh, this is just like a kind of a psychological type of thing. And then all of a sudden it's just like, wait, what? Like, yeah. I won't ruin it for anybody, but definitely if you haven't seen The Witch, watch The Witch. It's so good.
I think
I've heard of this one.
Was it Nate Simmons sent me like a version. He had like an extra one, like some 4K special edition, came with like a book, like a really fancy version. I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
So, yeah, he's really into horror movies, and he gets a lot of those like specialty ones where you have to go through like a website. Judd might be aware of some of this stuff because it seems like something that you would know more about. Like where you can get like the limited editions that come with like stuff that can be signed, patches, posters, and
if I can, I can't remember the name of the website, but yes, I'm familiar with
it. Cinema. I know what you're talking about, and it's something like Cinema Scope or no.
Yes, something like that.
It's got
something
a name
like that.
Yeah,
it makes me want to say Interscope.
It's got a name to it.
But it's like Cinema or Cinema Fiends maybe or something. But it's like there's a bunch of companies now because people our age, our age group is like we love physical media, so they're really bringing back like these deluxe physical media, but they're like small runs.
Yeah, they're pricey too.
And they're very expensive. Yeah. They're for serious collectors.
Yeah. Definitely for serious collectors. And a lot of times like they'll put out the big collections of them right before they're getting ready to go into I don't know what I would call it, like asylum, like where they aren't going to be able to walk into a store and buy them anymore. They're going away. They're basically
out of print.
Yeah, out of print until they decide they're going to put them for some anniversary edition or whatever, they'll bring it back out.
And if anybody says going to watch the new Nosferatu movie because the guy who directed The Witch, Lighthouse, Northman directed the new Nosferatu. It's going to be good, man. Northman, I love that movie. Lighthouse was a great movie. It was just wild, but it's Willem Dafoe too.
Yeah,
And-
it's Willem Dafoe, and it's Nosferatu.
And Robert Pattinson,
Yeah,
who did a great job too.
yes, and it's supposed.
Great
And
job
I just
with what? Being a sparkly vampire?
His stuff after he has a sparkling
No, I
vampire
know. I'm
was good.
teasing. I'm
he's
teasing.
got a string of shit, but then he just started doing bangers. So
No, he was
Long
way
legs.
good. I liked him as Batman. I can't lie.
yeah. Long Legs I haven't watched yet, but I've heard such good things about it.
What is this one?
This is
No
a newer
idea.
one. This is a
Long
newer
Legs
one.
is awesome. It is Nicolas Cage and has to deal with like devil worshipping, and it needed more Nicolas Cage in it, in my opinion. But it's good.
I've seen a clip of Nicolas Cage, and his makeup job is crazy.
He's
Never
like
heard of this one. When did this come out?
Like his Nick. Well,
recently.
Last year, like it
Oh.
came out, or in the past
It
year.
was this year. It came out.
Did it come out this year?
so is he like what's his character? Like is he just a psycho or
This is a watch it one. You have to watch it.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin anything because
Yeah.
it's like, but it's just wild. I would say he's more like a 70s rocker. That's what I'll leave it at.
All right.
Yeah, this is one that I definitely will be watching. But I feel like, from what I've heard about it, I wish some of the stuff that people have told me about it I hadn't heard.
RG, what's up?
What's up,
Art?
Art?
Kinda looks like a Green Lantern with his headphones. Do I look like a Green Lantern?
So is it like a psychological thriller more or like
It's
'cause
definitely.
all right, so look, here's the reason why I'm asking. So I started watching horror movies like I always do every year.
Okay.
And I noticed that certain movies I don't like anymore. Because I don't like the way they make me feel. So that's why I was asking.
It's
No, that's fair.
definitely
That's fair.
psychological thriller. It has a lot of that in it.
Then I'm
It's
not
that.
gonna-
Is that
I
more
won't
than like
watch
a
it.
horror movie?
It's like child abduction,
Yeah, I can't. No, I won't.
Satanism.
Anything that could happen in the real world, I can't watch.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like it has a lot of
just-
stuff that could happen in the real world in a sense.
And it sucks because I used to love, like, I would have loved this movie like 10 years ago.
I feel what you're saying because there's definitely stuff that I used to think was like I would be into, and now I don't ever want to watch it. Like Three from Hell, or like some of the Rob Zombie movie stuff, like Devil's Rejects. Like,
Dude, Devil's
I've seen-
Rejects is good. I like that movie.
they're good movies, but I don't prefer to watch them now.
So here's
Like,
the problem. That's what I watched that left me. I didn't like it. I can't. I loved that movie. I loved it. And I tried to watch it. I can't watch it anymore.
Because it is that realism that like that shit could happen.
yeah,
Right.
That's
Like The Hills Have Eyes. Love that movie. Can't watch it anymore.
It's like The Collector. If you ever seen The Collector, like that
Oh,
shit
The
could
Collector.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love. Used to love that movie. Can't watch it anymore.
or Hostel. I used to like Hostel too, and now it's
Yeah,
like, I don't-
that again, yeah.
Saw Hostel. Like I can't. Yeah. There you go.
Terrifier. My problem with Terrifier is that it's so low budget. It's just like bad acting, where it takes me out of it.
It's just
I
a
understand.
gore, it's a
people like
gore
it.
fest.
Yeah, well, I understand the Gorefest stuff, but at the same time, it's like the acting around it is so annoyingly bad that I don't want to watch it. Same with Babadook. I hate
He
it.
just looks. He just looks
Babadook,
ugly.
You needed to
Like-
beat the shit out of that little kid when he started
I
kicking
wanna-
the back of the seat. I would have got him. I would have yanked his ass out of the fucking car, thrown him on the cement, scraped his knees up, and then fucking thrown him in the trunk and told him to shut up.
That kid was terrible. That kid was so annoying.
But Terrifier, I think
I'm glad
it
it's getting-
has the stupid people in it, because if you think of what it's sort of inspired by, a lot of those people in those horror movies, Friday the 13th, Halloween, they were just stupid.
Yeah. I like that Terrifier's getting its due, and it's got its popularity with the third movie and everything. But
That quote makes Pennywise look like Krusty. But it's also a different type of clown. Like, why would you compare this movie to it? You shouldn't, because it's a fucking clown. It's so dumb. But it's cool to see something low budget grab traction, and a dude just end up becoming sort of a horror icon in a sense. The character itself.
Yeah, he's the new. He is like the new horror icon, and it's like cool. I mean, good for the people involved because it was all low budget and low budget effort that just grassroots blew up.
But I remember that first scene in the first movie. He's in that diner and he just had like creepy clown with a garbage bag that he's carrying around and he's like waving at you and stuff. And you're a female, like. Not
and then they
about
start
that,
sitting on his lap and like taking pictures, like kind of poking fun at him, and
and deserved everything that they got.
And they definitely got it.
Yeah, leave the fucking clown alone. But then we get into Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, love it.
Love this movie. I actually got to see this in the early 2000s. We have this old theater that was like down the street from the house I was living in, and they actually on Halloween they would play this, and for like $1 you could go and just see like the original, and it's awesome. Seeing this in the theater is awesome. Like on Halloween,
drive-in, bro.
Dude, if we have a drive-in too, and they've never done Night of the Living Dead, I would love if they did. Well, I would love if because they do 2 movies at the drive-in theater that's close to us. It would be awesome if they did Night of the Living Dead and Return of the Living Dead at the same time. Yeah,
look at that
triple feature, and then
look at that.
That'd be a definite double feature, and they're not that long in movies, so it would be like not. I mean, like it'd be like 3 hours.
Give me some fucking popcorn, some Raisinets, big ass liter of cola.
Liter of cola.
No,
I think if you like, I'm surprised that a lot of the drive-ins that exist don't do those classic horror type of runs.
Are there a lot left? Like, I can't think there's too many drive-ins left.
The one that's I can't even say by me because it's like a half an hour drive to get to it. But the one that's closest to me, I should say, they don't play any horror movies, and I think it's because it's so when I was growing up, the drive-in was still a big thing. So they play all kinds of movies. And I think these days they got to play way more family-friendly stuff.
Yeah, because
you're getting more families that come to these to these drive-ins than you are like adult horror fans. So
depending on how the screen's aimed.
And I think that's why, like, because there's a local theater literally I can walk to it, and they play the Living Dead movies every year around Halloween.
See,
you can go there for $1 and watch the movie.
We have theaters in Seattle, all kinds of like small theaters in Seattle that will play cool horror movies around Halloween, and they'll do like Rocky Horror Picture Show, and they'll do like what was the other one that they were doing the other day? It was Little Shop of Horrors and stuff like that, and I'm totally cool with that too. Like, dude, I want more of that. But yeah, like drive-in theater, that's made for Halloween, like horror movies.
Yeah.
And the one that we have here, they don't do it.
I mean, can you imagine this being on the drive-in screen, and then if the screen can hit like a McDonald's or something that's like where people could see it, and then you got like just some freaking implant titties on the screen, like that's probably what they're concerned about. Dude, like stuff like that being broadcast.
I love this movie because half of it is screaming. It's just like imagine the actors on this movie, because most of it they're just running around and screaming.
Well, some of the actresses I think from this went on to be scream queens. So
yeah, there a bunch of them did a lot of different horror movies.
The damn dog, man, in this.
the dog is cut in half.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
This movie is so good though. It's so funny. It's so ridiculous. It's so great. The sequel, I'm not a fan of the sequel. But
if anybody says love Linnea Quigley.
Linnea Quigley, yeah. She's the one who does the Nikki dance. She's the red-haired girl, the short red-haired girl, the one who's like, oh, I want to be ripped apart.
Then we got the newer
First one,
part
first
1
one's
and
better.
2.
The first one's better than the second one.
This
Which
movie
is weird
ruined
because
my life for
I
years.
feel the same way, Paul, and I was so excited for these because he was so upset with the way that the Tim Curry TV movie ended up. I thought this was going to be so good, and the first one was so good, and then I watched the second one. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Which one had the head that got spider legs and stuff? Second one?
That's the second one.
That's the second one.
They seem like they went cheap on the CGI.
The second, my problem with the second one was that they teased. So they didn't. First of all, if you read the book, they don't. They all the cosmic horror stuff kind of like it got teased a little bit in the first one,
but they didn't.
And the second one, it didn't pay it off. They didn't pay it off.
Right. They exactly. Paul said I had nothing to add to that because it's perfect. Exactly.
Yeah. And
the original one of this.
The way that they killed Pennywise at the end of it, it didn't even make sense. It was like,
yeah, this one ruined me as a kid. I couldn't sleep for like 2 weeks.
So goofy. I like it, but it's goofy.
I was terrified of this movie when I was a kid.
Oh,
terrified.
Well, see, by the time this came out on the TV special, I had already read it.
Yeah,
so
and
the book itself scared me way more than this movie did.
The book is horrific.
Oh, the book. Okay, I read that book. I think I was in 7th grade when I read it, and I couldn't sleep. But I also couldn't stop reading it.
One Man Toy Show said we used to have a drive-in theater, but it was destroyed by a tornado in 1979. My family saw Star Wars there, but I was only 2 years old.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Northern Snowman says, "What makes Penny so wise?"
Dude, I remember when I had to be like 6 or 7 watching this movie, and I legit remember the scene where they were like looking at the picture, and he's like walking through the picture or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then pops up in the screen, and I was like, "Oh, turn the channel!" Like,
yeah, jump scared.
I was done. I was like,
my favorite part of it, the Tim Curry one, is just him like, laugh when he's in the library and they're all the balloons are filling up and popping with blood, and he's up there like,
Yep.
Bruh, the way he would just go from laughing to just like the deathly monotone. Oh my god. Like, I was just like, nah. I remember I turned, and I swear I had nightmares and like peed my bed that night. I swear I did. And I think as my dad was like helping me change it, he was like, "I thought you were watching last night." And I was just like, damn. I was like 6. He was like, "You knew you should have watched it. You did it anyway, so you deserved it."
When I was a kid, like in my bedroom, we had a giant freaking clown painting like picture on the wall.
Like, see,
and it's one of those ones where its eyes moved when you moved. Then after seeing it, I was like, I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to even take a freaking bath because something's gonna grab me in the drain and pull me down in there. After I seen this movie, believe me, as a kid, I was like, I took that fucker off the wall and faced it against something. I was like, nope.
That would have been outside my house. Out. No way.
You had the Jesus
clown. You guys are all like, clowns will eat me.
It was creepy as hell.
Yo.
And then some of the best zombies.
Oh, 28 weeks later, love it.
This was a great movie.
28 Days Later, when this came out, like that did change. Like, that's all any horror fan, like, they talked about was 28 Days Later when that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they blocked off streets in sections of like,
yeah.
It was like so impressive. The shots of like, dude, this is Europe, England, and it's freaking barren.
Yeah, and it's Cillian Murphy, which people forget. He was like this is way before he was in,
Peaky Blinders and
Peaky Blinders,
Peaky Blinders,
Oppenheimer. He was this is when he was like like just coming up. It was good though.
So good.
I can't wait for the third.
So good.
Hopefully they don't ruin it. But like 28 weeks later, loved it. I mean, that's fucking that. There's a scene with the helicopter blades angled down, just chopping through freaking a field of zombies and stuff.
Mhm.
Like, if you're into zombie movies, these films should be must watches, in my opinion.
Well, and it shows also too, like some of the stuff that you don't think about, like the fact that like there's when it shows like all the foods rotted in the marketplace, and it's like, how are you going to survive even that? Just like, stuff that like Walking Dead would kind of try to do later.
Yeah, like I like this better than Walking Dead.
Well, yeah, but I mean, obviously, Walking Dead took huge inspirations from these movies.
And this one, like 28 days, definitely a little bit of a slower burn.
Yes.
It is.
8 weeks later, is like it smacks you in the face right at the beginning, basically.
I like too that it wasn't like explicitly like it's zombies. It was,
A rage virus.
it was a rage virus. Yeah. It had some sort of grounded basis, sort of.
Yeah. But these great movies.
Mhm.
Then another
Train
great
to
zombie
Busan.
movie.
I almost mentioned this one too. Yeah.
Train to Busan. Awesome. Sequel, not so good. But this one. Great movie.
When the hell did this come out?
Not too long ago. It was
2 years ago?
not more than
Not
that.
longer.
Maybe like 5 years ago.
Maybe. I know they made like a remake or not remake, but a sequel and stuff, and it just didn't carry like this. The first one's the only one you really need to watch.
I didn't see this.
But
It's-
really good.
It's worth a watch.
Scream? Anybody?
I liked it.
I like the first one.
They were fun.
The first one's good. The second one's all right. After that, I don't.
Yeah, I've only seen the first two because I was scared of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I would say I like the first one, and then I like the last one, which was 6. But I didn't really like all of 6. There's a moment in 6 in a convenience store that I really liked. But other than that, like Scream, the first movie was plenty.
Sydney.
Did you see the 6th one, Paul?
I didn't. The last one I watched was 5, I think.
Well,
Scream
let's just
6.
say they go into
Jesus.
like a freaking New York like bodega, and they think that they're safe, and he goes in after them, and it's just a freaking nasty mess. It's awesome.
So-
I know they're
so
already making a 7th. The 7th is coming. So
I'm just tired of Jenna Ortega.
My favorite scene in Scream is when dude stabs the other guy. And he's like, ow, man.
All right.
That really hurt.
Matthew Lillard when he gets stabbed.
Feeling a little woozy.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little woozy.
Oh man, Matthew Lillard.
Yep.
That's it. Thank you.
Shaggy.
SLC Punks, Shaggy.
Yes.
SLC Punk, man. I love that movie.
I do love that movie. We were speaking of Saw.
The first 2 Saw movies
First
were
2.
good.
Used to like it.
First 2, and then they completely jumped the shark.
They
I
just
just-
start going crazy, and then
I just felt bad for the what was it? One of the police officer, and he gets to do everything at the end. Or he like, what was
That's
it?
2. That's
2? Yeah, I felt so bad at that. I'm like, damn, he would do
When
all
it-
that
yeah.
shit.
well, all he had to do was wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
All I had to do was wait, and his son.
But yeah, then we got some Sinister.
I liked the first Sinister.
It definitely means that if you go to a house and you buy some shit, you find some old videos and shit, don't watch them.
You
Or
throw
if you
that
watch
shit
them,
out.
don't
You
watch.
fucking burn that shit. You toss it out.
But I like the concept of this one.
No, it's good. The ending was not great. Like, I wouldn't say it's like a major twist ending or anything like that.
Better than the second one's ending.
Yeah. Well, the second one's, I don't like the second movie. The second movie's trash. But it was a cool concept. I liked it.
So, speaking of movies, for the younger generations, when your parents die, if you find a bunch of VHS tapes, just throw them away.
Yeah, you just set that shit on fire.
Just throw them away. You don't want to see what's on them.
Yep.
This almost gives off like I'm surprised. It's almost like a Pied Piper type of thing.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting like that.
And then another, I feel like doesn't get enough credit. The Descent.
I fucking hate this movie.
I like it. Really?
I think this movie's trash. I don't like it. I don't like the ending. I think the ending's stupid. And I also hate the fact that people like a bunch of people are like, this is like one of the best movies that no one talks about. And it's like, I'm glad they don't talk about it. I saw this movie in the movie theater and I thought it was trash.
What didn't you like about it?
It's boring. It's too dark. There's shit happen. A lot of shit happens where you just can't see shit, and it doesn't feel. It's not like have you seen Wreck? REC Wreck?
No.
Where it's kind of like it's kind of a zombie movie, and it's really dark, but that lends to it. Or like even the Blair Witch Project, it kind of lends to it when it gets really dark and kind of you can't really see.
Yeah.
A found footage. With this, it's not a found footage movie, but I just can't see what's going on through half of it. And like the premise could have been really good, but I just felt like it was. I didn't like the design of the creatures was cool. The ending was stupid. The fake out ending stuff they did at the end was stupid.
I mean, but that was the thing when in that era when these movies were coming out was that fucking twist of endings.
It was stupid though. I just didn't like it.
I like the ideas of these stupid ass what the hell is it? Plunking or whatever the hell they call them when they
spelunkers. They're cave diving.
Yeah, they're cave diving shit. That's annoying as
hell anyway.
Spelunking. Yeah, it's like, go ahead and splunk. And then they're like, I just like the idea that there's just fucking creatures or humanoids that are in the freaking caves and shit.
Yeah, they're basically just creatures that evolved underground. They're basically like
mole
like ones. Yeah, they're mole men.
I mean, it's not as good as above, as below,
or as above.
Yeah, I got it probably flipped up, but I still thought this was pretty good just because it's just like it's that creepy. You go in there, can you imagine doing that, going into those caves, and then there's some weird ass creatures crawling around, and yeah,
I don't want to imagine that.
This movie is just like
I won't be in the cave, so
yeah. My fat ass wouldn't fit into that cave anyway.
Oh no, I'm not going down in there because I'll get stuck in between two rocks and die.
Arthur, do you have Blair Witch in here?
I think I do.
Okay, then I'll wait.
Oh, Exorcist again. We already talked about that. Okay, it's sort of sci-fi horror.
Oh, Alien.
No.
I still love all these.
Horror. The first movie's horror. I don't care what anybody says. The first movie is straight horror.
1000%.
The sequel to Descent, it was trash. It did come out. It was bad. It just was not good.
Oh yeah, I think it's got two sequels.
Fortress Maximus. I'm late. What are we talking about tonight? Tonight is Halloween, and we are talking about horror movies, and we're just talking about stuff that horror movies right now. Then we're gonna lead into some, maybe Halloween candy that we all remember growing up, or just Halloween. Man, we're just hanging out.
It's Devil's Night.
Talking about Halloween stuff, horror movies, and then tomorrow everybody gets to enjoy some Halloween. Either going to a party, handing out candy, taking their kids out and get candy. Maybe you're going to get candy. Either way, it's just Halloween.
Can't do that.
So when this movie came out in the 70s, it was so scary that people were throwing up, peeing themselves, like leaving the theater because it was so scary they couldn't watch it.
It was a different time. Definitely a different time. Well, no, same with The Exorcist though. The Exorcist.
No, that same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's why I believe it when my dad was like, yeah, this movie freaks me out. Like it's like you had to have been there. Like we can't imagine it so much now because it would never happen like that now with the information age that we're in. But yeah,
right.
This movie is great. The second one was awesome, even though that's more action sci-fi. It was still a blast. Third one was weird. Alien Resurrection was a little weird, but it's still cool because you got to see an alien swimming through the water. But the newest one, Romulus, I don't know if you guys seen that.
I haven't seen it yet.
It goes back. It really feels like the first.
first?
Alien. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. Like,
and they're kind of keeping it there.
Did any of you play the video game?
The
Which
good
one?
video game that scared the shit out of you, where you had to hide, like you had to crawl under.
The good
Like
video
Dead
game
Space?
that I stopped
No.
playing because it scared me
Yeah,
too much.
exactly. Like you're on the space station and shit, and there's an alien hunting you down. And you gotta like be quiet.
Bro,
you gotta hide by like underneath
that game was
tables
so-
and shit
dude,
in lockers.
No, hold on. Do you remember hiding in the locker?
Yeah,
When you hide in the locker and you can hear the fucker breathing and shit, man. That
it
game
was.
scared the shit out of me as an adult, dude. That was not even cool.
No, I actually like all the Alien movies, like to one degree or another, but I don't think they'll ever be able to top the original because the original was so. It was a horror. It was just a horror movie.
You'll
Yeah.
like the new one. You'll definitely like the new one.
I do like Prometheus. Covenant wasn't so great.
I heard Prometheus was terrible.
No, Prometheus wasn't bad.
I heard it wasn't that
I
good.
like Prometheus because it had a really good concept they could have done more with, but
Which one had the like filing system where they were filing like the eggs in like those little like clamshells? Was it?
well, that's at
Covenant?
the end. That's what David's doing at the end of Covenant.
Okay, so yeah, you get to see those in the new one, even though it's
Yeah,
technically a
that's his.
prequel.
Yeah, he starts breeding them all. He's the one who like created them, or at least took those creatures and pushed them that direction.
But Romulus is nice because they took things that they probably just didn't have the technology to do in this movie, and they did it. Like, there's just a scene where you just have a bunch of fucking face huggers crawling all over the place, chasing people down, like a bunch of them, just like up on the walls, and they're fast and stuff. Just, it's awesome.
That's cool.
Highly recommend it. And I'm not going all crazy with it because I don't want to ruin it for people. But yeah, if you like the first Alien, you'll probably like Romulus.
I definitely.
Oh,
I love it.
Trick or Treat.
Love it.
It's like I guess you call it an anthology.
Yeah, it's a horror anthology, but it's got an overarching story that weaves into all of them. And there's little pieces without ruining anything. There's like pieces and characters that you see throughout the through line.
And Sam is definitely one that's connecting a lot of it together too, because he's in all of them.
Yeah.
And Sam
This one's awesome.
Yeah.
He earned his place in the horror stuff. I feel like he's not as big as like Art the Clown. But they also only made one movie of this, which I would have loved to have seen another one.
I've heard that they're going to make another one, and it's going to be a dedicated Sam movie. But we'll see. It might be a development hell type of thing where it's like, yeah, we want to make it, but who knows if we'll ever get it made.
I'd almost rather they did.
Got to go. Have a great stream. Thanks, Venom Bite. Have a great one.
Yeah.
Hey, Venom.
But this is definitely one like, yeah, you got to watch this at Halloween. This is just it's part of the rules.
Yeah.
It's definitely a Halloween movie.
Yes.
If you don't watch it, then do you even Halloween?
This is one. If you like zombies, this will make you feel uncomfortable.
Wait, what is it?
It's called The Sadness.
Oh, never heard of it.
I highly recommend it if you're into that rage virus type of stuff. But there are scenes in this. It's shot well. The gore is crazy. It'll make you feel uncomfortable. And you can't watch it because there's shit on here that it could definitely happen.
I know.
Yeah, this one I've heard about this movie.
I hate being old.
Like, without ruining the movie, like if you're into the gore and that type of stuff, like definitely recommend it. It's a good movie, but it's not for the lighthearted. Like there's a scene where this dude just sitting on a freaking, I think it was either a subway or a bus, and he just pulls a knife out and he just starts stabbing the shit out of people, and then another person starts stabbing the shit out of people, and it's just this whole freaking bus or subway car just of people just getting slaughtered, and it's just uncomfortable because you see all of it and you hear all of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Okay.
But I do recommend. I mean, it's a good movie. You
And
just
it's Asian horror, so it gets wild.
yeah, yeah. There's a scene that doesn't show what happens, but you know what happens, and it makes it even worse.
Oh, that's sometimes that is the worst, is when you know what happened, but even if you don't see it.
I'll just say, Paul, it's similar to your pumpkin on the thumbnail, but an eye socket.
Oh Jesus! Ugh. Oh my! Oh my!
But then we go into Peanuts. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Hey.
We go down. And
There's
we
a
bring it back up.
transition.
A great. That was great. That was great.
This is a classic. Everybody's got to watch this movie.
My problem with this is that Amazon bought the goddamn rights to it so that they could show it every year. They're the only ones who have it on streaming, so if you can only watch it on Amazon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't
That's
either. That
cool.
sucks.
Yeah. They
That
bought it.
sucks.
They got the rights to it so that you have to go to them to watch it, because it used to be this used to be like
Dude, it was on TV.
It was like an
Every
ABC
year.
or something. Yeah.
This was like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like at
Exactly.
Mhm.
Every year.
You have
Yeah.
to watch it.
That's
And
sucks,
now,
dude.
and it used to be
I
you can
hate
watch
this
it on
world.
YouTube.
Now you're talking my language, cartoons.
That's right. I actually went to go look for this, and I was like, Amazon still can't own it, can they? Yes, they do. And it used to be
Sucks.
people
You
used to
just
put this
ruined
up,
my night with that.
but now you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, classic. Definitely. It once you see it, you hear it. It's Halloween. It hits you with everything nostalgia. You got some Hocus Pocus.
I just watched this the other night too.
I love this movie.
Great movie.
Love it. So
Yeah.
good.
It's a good movie.
Actually, the sequel that they did wasn't bad.
The
I
sequel
haven't
was
seen
pretty
the
good.
sequel.
Yeah, the sequel was
I didn't
pretty
try
good.
it.
Surprisingly good.
It's scary, especially the amount of years that between the movies, you know. But
Well,
definitely,
Bette Midler is just talented.
she is.
She rolled right back in.
And Horseface always going to look like Horseface. So
Captain and Jimmy.
no, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, Sarah Jessica Parker looked good in the first one. She looked pretty good in the first one.
Can anyone explain to me why she became a sex symbol after Sex in the City? Because to me,
That dirty
she's
stuff.
the dorky girl from Square Pegs.
I
She
know.
wasn't hot
Square
in that.
pegs.
She wasn't hot in that. She wasn't hot in Sex in the City. She's not hot in anything she's ever been in. I don't
In
know why.
Sex and
she's
the
a
City,
sex
there
symbol.
wasn't many that were hot. Like, that was the weird part.
In Sex in the City.
Yeah, I think the skeezy one was the
Well, yeah, she was the only one that was good looking.
right. That's what I'm saying, and it's like I was like, it didn't make sense. But,
Okay, anyway.
and then for you guys that want some Goonies, but definitely Halloween themed, we got the Monster Squad,
Monster Squads. That's A+.
the Wolfman.
He's got Nard. He has Nard. He
I
does
love
have-
this movie, man. It's everything about it was just fun.
Yep.
And then you got the classic Universal monsters. So
It's funny how well remembered this movie is, but at the time it was a bomb. No one cared about it when it came out. I remember when it was in the movie theater and no one cared at all. And then later on, like years later, like, VHS and stuff like that, and people were just like, oh yeah, Monster Squad's awesome.
When did this come out?
Like-
just
80, 88, 89, something like
he
that.
thought one man Toy Show thought that Sarah Jessica Parker was cute in the Flight of the Navigator. I love Flight of the Navigator too.
I love Flight of the Navigator. That's a good movie. I also like Footloose, and she's in that too.
I don't know if I've
Yeah, but
actually
she wasn't
watched
cute in that
Footloose.
either.
She's the friend's girlfriend.
Monster Squad came out
Yeah.
in the 90s or late
I thought
80s?
it was like late 80s. I want to say it was like
Yeah.
88 or 89. It might have been 90, but
It still holds up. It's still a good watch.
oh
Is
yeah,
it-
it was It was good even back then. It's just that people
did this come out during the string of PG-13 horror movies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
That's probably why I never seen it.
It doesn't
I
even
saw it
make
around the
sense.
same time as I saw like Ghoulies. Remember Ghoulies? And
Monster Squad was 80s.
yeah, Monster Squad was late 80s. It was, you know.
Yeah, it was like Ghoulies, Munchies, and they started doing all that type of shit.
Yeah. It was all those like, it was like PG-13 horror movies. It was a bunch of them. Maximum Overdrive came out around that time too.
Masterpiece.
the only Stephen King directed Stephen King movie.
Then we got. Wait, are you talking about Masterpiece for Maximum Overdrive or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Tim Burton. I was like, which one? Then we got Nightmare Before Christmas, movie that can be used for Christmas and Halloween. It's great.
Love this movie.
Love
Yes,
it.
this is my movie.
Love
It's
it.
one of my favorite like characters. Jack Skellington is my man.
It's
Love
sad
it.
though that Tim Burton gets all the credit because it was him and another guy.
It was a lot of other guys.
Well,
He designed most of the looks way previous. This is what sucks too, is that he designed a bunch of this stuff and drew it out and had the story, a lot of the story beats, but he did it while he was working for Disney, so Disney owns it.
Well, there was the guy that made Coraline, which wasn't Tim Burton, though, and it's like
Coraline was made by Leica, so that was like the Box Trolls, Paranorman, Kubo and the Two Strings. That's who
right.
made
But
it.
that creator though that did Coraline is the
Mhm.
one that was working with Tim Burton on this.
Oh, I don't doubt it. A bunch of people for the actual
And Tim Burton got the
the stop
spotlight with it.
motion. Yeah, well, he got it because he like produced it and did the concepts for it. But there's a lot of puppeteers that did shit for it, like the stop motion.
Henry Selick.
Selig, yeah.
But yeah, I still love this movie though.
Oh, it's great. It's awesome. Friggin' dude from Oingo Boingo, Danny Elfman, singing as Jack Skellington.
Then we got Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow is awesome.
I remember the cartoon of Sleepy Hollow used to freak me out as a kid.
Oh, Ichabod.
Yep.
Kabod, yep.
Yeah.
That used to freak me out as a kid.
Yeah,
I would never
Ichabod
think-
and Mr. Frog or whatever it was called. Like it was like a hour-long special.
Mm-hmm.
Would never
was
think
taking
that
chasing
Christopher
through the
Walken
woods.
would make a good Headless Horseman, but he did.
Because he didn't talk too.
Yeah.
He just went.
And you got Christina Ricci.
Christopher Walken.
I've touched Christina Ricci. Mm.
I could take a Christopher Walken.
She looked in Sleepy Hollow too.
Horseman series.
Oh, dude, she's wonderful. She looks so good. She's the same age too.
Paul's like, Christina Ricci, you smell so good.
She looks
did.
wonderful.
Smelled wonderful. I got to hug her. She put her arm around me. It was great.
She slipped a finger in my ass.
No, that didn't happen.
And then we got Ghostbusters.
Classic.
Love it.
You can watch any of the Ghostbusters.
Saw it in theater.
Oh,
Except,
yeah.
except for the one with the. I mean, if you like the one with all the female cast, I mean, go for it. But
After two, I don't watch any of the Ghostbusters. I'm not doing it.
the newer ones weren't bad,
I didn't watch them. I didn't.
but definitely the first two are the best. I mean, you had everybody. Then the Blair Witch.
Well, I mean, you could say that about the last two, depending on the generations you're talking to. Maybe the like the one with all the women had everybody in it too.
Did it have these guys? Did it have them in it?
Or are you saying? Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying the original.
Isn't there a-
cast.
Yeah.
I
thought you were. I thought when you said had everybody in it, you meant more like the caliber of actors. That's what
No. I'm just meaning like you had Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. No. I got it. You're right. Yeah.
And then the ones that came out after the two newer ones. I mean, you still had Dan Aykroyd, you still had Bill Murray, and everybody. It's just we were missing the one. They weren't too bad, but then we go into Blair Witch, which this
All
movie
right.
scared the shit
Let
out
me
of me.
ask you, who on the panel and in the chat saw this before everybody knew that it was fake? because I saw it when it
definitely.
first came out, and I thought the shit was fucking real.
So did I.
This shit scared the shit out of me.
I had a friend who told me about the movie. He went and saw it the day it opened, and he's like, "You got to see this movie about this crazy shit that happened." Like,
it was in Maryland.
He was like, it's
in Maryland,
crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, they found this video of like this crazy shit that happened. You got to see it. It's like haunted shit. And I was like, okay, well, I'll watch it. And we went and checked it out in the movie theater.
Don't
and
count
I seriously, I went into it thinking like this shit's real because it seems like a real documentary.
Dude, the close up on that girl when she's crying and freaking out, dude. That whole thing freaked me the fuck out, man. And I
thought it was real.
I was living with a girl, and we walked to a local movie theater and watched the movie at night, and they had to walk home down these dark ass creepy streets, dude. Oh my god. That movie freaked me out.
I went
and then I found out it was all bullshit, and I was mad.
I didn't get mad. I thought it was brilliant after I found out it wasn't real. But I sat in the theater. It was me and a couple of my friends and my girlfriend and a bunch of random people, and the theater was silent.
Dude, yeah.
It was like it was literally just like silent, and my girlfriend was like digging her like friggin' nails into me because she was just like grabbing onto me, and then at the end of it, people were just like, oh, like freaking out. It was
when I saw this is back when when I was younger and I was living out in the boonies where like the closest Walmart was like an hour away. So I lived on a dirt road. Across the street was cornfield, woods all around and shit like that. So it's like I'm like I don't want to be home. Like I was like I had the lights on and shit. Like I was like I'm not taking the trash out. I ain't doing shit. My stepdad's like, get your ass out there, take trash. I'm like, no. I was like, I ain't going out there. Like
you're seeing the demon in
that
the
background
woods.
right there is what my shit looked like, and I was like,
Hell no.
because literally it was my porch light was the only light on my street that lit up. So it's like I had a little bit longer driveway. I had this giant maple tree at the end, and I had to go down these steps to go down to the end of the street. And it's like, nah, it's too far. I would have got nabbed.
Yeah. Hell no.
No thanks.
I think I saw this later on when I was like older, and I was just like, whatever. But like the kid in me, because it'll just come out like this came out like mid '90s, late '90s, something like that.
It was 99.
99.
Like, yeah, 99.
It was 99.
99. I was 7, 8, something like that. So there was no
I
way.
was an adult.
Sorry to age you guys, but like,
I was like 12.
yeah, okay.
Even like this shit could still happen. Like, man, you think like weird shit ain't happening out in the middle of woods and
Oh, of course.
Oh, dude,
but
no,
I'm not gonna be
I
in the
mean-
middle of the woods at night to see it, so I don't care.
like everybody that goes camping.
So Arthur, when you
See,
move,
that's the first
if
mistake.
you ever come here to visit, I will drive you down the street I had to walk down dark to get home, and it's one of the very few streets that's nothing but trees on each side.
Yeah, see, no.
Dark, not really well lit at night.
But what was even more fucked up is like my buddies, we all like again living out in the boonies. Your friends are living on dirt roads. You're going long distances, and you're going out. There's not a lot of people around. People thought it'd be funny to start putting those things dangling from trees and shit.
Oh yeah.
I
like-
couldn't imagine.
And I'm like, what the hell?
Traumatic
We just
experience.
stayed and-
Dude, they go down to the
Oh, we
basement. There's
played
all the
Grand Theft
kids'
Auto.
hands all over the basement walls, dude. Oh god, I'm already freaking myself out.
And then we get into something a little bit more positive. And speaking of positive, the Wayans brothers are making another scary movie. They're actually doing it.
I just
They
saw
got
that.
it. And I am pretty excited for it because after the first two scary movies,
Take my
it
strong
went down.
hand.
Yeah.
I don't think they can top the first one. The first one was so good.
First one was good. Second one was good too, though. The second one had the small hand in it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
the two was funny too, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think they could top the first one. The first one was just so good.
What's up? He's all stoned and rapping, and he's like slashing. He killed everybody that is in that room.
Well, but there's so many jokes in it that they just can't do now. People would freak the hell out, like from the first one. If you go back and watch the first one, there's so many bits and corny gags that are just like we can laugh at because we're from a different time, pretty much. But like now, like I'm sorry, but like the Gen Z kids,
wait,
they'll
here's
had
the
it
deal.
where it's like Sydney, your
They need
TV's
to
leaking.
show this movie in school now. To
Oh
get
my
him
gosh, there's no
get him
way.
ready for real comedy and shit that's actually like because
no,
comedy
you're
is
canceled even
funny.
for talking
It
about
makes fun of things.
There's no way they would show this.
Oh no, they won't.
Heck,
But then the Wayans brothers did those two haunted house movies, which were really good too. Those were pretty damn funny. They had me
Or
dying.
white chicks trying to come out with a white chicks movie today.
white chicks is.
Well, that ain't happening.
Dude.
But then
Well,
I
they
mean,
let
that's
white
another
chicks
one.
come out. They'd let white chicks would totally come out today.
I mean, I don't think the Wayans brothers would allow anything to restrict them. I think they'd just be like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do it." and people are gonna
1000%
watch it.
Well, I think
chicks.
they're gonna do it, but people are still gonna be like, me.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Fuck it. It
Nope.
wasn't meant for them.
They'd be fine with white chicks. They'd be fine with white chicks. What they wouldn't be fine with is if you reversed it.
Yeah, true.
Then we got some Coraline.
Then we have a problem.
Fan of Coraline.
Coraline is awesome. Coraline's legit creepy too. There's a lot of legit creepy stuff in Coraline.
Like those two old ladies with the one with the giant boobs for some reason. It's like, why? Like, but the button eyes, her little friend, and then the weird creepy like
The other mother, yeah.
the other mother, yeah.
The other
Coraline
mother.
was cool. That was a good one.
Oh,
It was a little creepy though.
poor Tris Maximus. This movie's so offensive by today's standards. I love it. He was talking about the scary movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I saw Coraline in the movie theater too. I took my son to go see it when it came out, and he loved it, even though he was younger at the time, but he still thought it was awesome.
I saw it in 3D. I loved it.
Ooh, I bet that was good.
It was great. It was definitely good. Then, of course, another classic.
I love Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I didn't like the new one.
Yeah, because you suck.
Haven't seen it.
But you know,
No, man, it's not
because
because I suck.
you've got Ortega fatigue.
I mean, it could be that, but it's just like so. I feel it should have been filmed on like a a grittier type of film because it's like it was too clean. Yeah, it was too clean, and they didn't need to make all the undead people painted blue. It just like it was weird.
Well,
I was gotta say, I
And then they had 3 stories going on, which I'm okay with. But once it got towards the end, they're like, let's hurry up and snip these off and end it really quick. Like it. I don't know.
One criticism I'll have of it is the Beetlejuice wife storyline just didn't need to happen. It just didn't need to be.
No, not at all.
I just gotta say, I love the original. I love the cartoon. I love the cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon is great.
Love the cartoon of Beetlejuice.
I
watched that growing up all the time.
And I was like, wait, they're friends? Lydia and Beetlejuice are friends?
It's like an Elseworld. But the original actually is you can watch it for free on Tubi. Tubi has it for free.
Great. Loved it. Loved it. The whole time while I was watching the sequel, I guess the father of Lydia, the actor, I guess he did some
the pedo
stuff. Yeah. So it's like they still had his character in it, which the whole time watching it, friends were commenting about it. It's like, just watch the damn thing. But I get
Why
it.
you gotta comment about it? They
Like
replaced the actor. Who cares?
No, that they didn't. They still had the character in it in general. That
they killed him off.
Wait, so the people you were watching with thought they should have gotten rid of the character because the actor did some bad stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's what we're getting into. But of course, another classic. Both Addams Family movies are great.
I love both of them. They're both good.
Well, it's because it has your girl in it.
It does have my girl in it, who I love.
It fucking the best freaking Everybody was casted perfectly in this film.
There's so many lines in this movie that are just they're genius. They're so great. Raul Julia as Gomez is brilliant. It's beyond brilliant.
And then Morticia Adams, I can't think of her name, but she was in the original Witches movie.
Yeah, Angelica Houston,
which is awesome.
Her brother is Danny Houston, who was in 30 Days of Night and all the other movies that.
Shit!
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And of course, this isn't my. I can't stand this movie. I hate it.
You don't like it?
I hate it.
Okay, so
this movie's weird as fuck, bro. I tried it. I couldn't do it.
Thank you.
I couldn't do it.
Dude.
I couldn't do it.
Take care of this.
Let me ask you something, Paul. Did you ever go and do the whole
reenactment?
Yes.
Yes, and the callbacks? Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I had multiple females that I dated who would dress up and do Columbia and and do the reenactments, and you'd have to learn the callbacks. And yes, I can sing most of the songs like word for word. I
love this. I love this movie too, and I had seen it before they started in the 90s doing the whole.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't want to call it I don't know what you would call it. Performance movie.
Yeah, it's like it's an experience.
And I will say,
definitely an experience.
If you have a local theater that puts on Rocky Horror Picture Show at midnight on a Friday or Saturday night, just go see it to experience it.
Yep,
it's a different experience for the movie.
Yep,
I saw it in my house. And I was like, what is this shit?
Well, of course, I saw it first on TV as well. But
you're saying a theater experience.
When it became the thing to do the reenactments, I went and saw it again because of a girlfriend like Paul. And she was part of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started going because I love the movie.
Judge, did you bring enough for everybody?
What?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, hold on. I'll pass it in a second.
But
sorry, I didn't realize that was on screen. My bad.
I don't give a shit. It's legal in a lot of fucking places, and if it's not wherever you're at, I'm sorry, because you're missing out. Yeah, maybe I need to see this in this theater. I was never like, I saw it and I'm like, this is very.
It's weird. I mean, if you watch it on its own, it's definitely a weird movie. But you have to understand. You have to understand the time that it came out.
And also, you got to take into context that the point of the movie so Richard O'Brien, who made the movie, it was to come to terms with his sexuality. So it is a gay movie. It's a gay movie. It is
for sure. For sure.
It's be transvestite Transylvania man.
Yeah. Yes.
Tim Curry also played evil in the Tom Cruise movie Legend. Yes, he was.
He played Darkness, Lord Darkness. But like Rocky Horror Picture Show. This I will say this: you either like it or you don't. If you don't like it,
so would you say like let the TVs glow or whatever that is sort of like the newer version of what this was doing? Like, because it feels.
No, it's just that it's like I said, it either grabs you or it doesn't. And
I will say this: I will try to see it in the theater to get that experience and put myself in that weird situation where people are going to be screaming or doing whatever the hell they're going to be doing to the screen.
Look over there.
But I will try to experience it that way.
Okay, but if you don't like it, that's fine. Like somebody,
I mean,
like I'm not really offended if someone's like, if someone's like,
but I love Tim Curry.
Yeah, and
Tim Curry is awesome.
What grabbed me in this movie was the fact that I like Tim Curry and Meatloaf in this movie are awesome because I like Meatloaf in general. The singer and the Meatloaf. I like Meatloaf too.
Yeah, I do like Meatloaf.
Yeah, but the singer, And his song in the movie is like probably my favorite, but it's just
Sorry.
like it grabs you or it doesn't.
Yeah, you like it or you don't.
Yeah,
maybe I
and
wasn't
also,
in the right
I happen
atmosphere
to love
to
and I
enjoy it.
hung out with like a group of people who did the live stuff, and we had a lot of good times. And I probably have nostalgia attached to it for that reason too, is because it was also like,
See, I was in between
And me too.
two females that were like singing everything, and it's again my first time seeing it, and they were loud and obnoxious, and I was just like,
see, and maybe you got some definite bad juju from it, but I have nothing but fond memories of it. So and
Me too. I mean, going on at midnight showing on a Friday night.
Yep.
Show stops. When it's over, y'all go to Denny's or whatever your local diner is.
Yep.
And you have food. And
nobody
everybody
does
goes
it
home.
anymore, Judd. Nobody does it anymore.
No.
Denny's and stuff are just empty. Even on normal weekends, they're fucking ghost towns. It is sad.
My diner is a ghost town until like Sunday at like 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you can't get in that bitch.
No teenagers are hanging out getting pots of coffee and giant bowl of fucking creamer and sugar and just sitting there for hours on hours because everybody's showing each other their goods over freaking Snapchat and all that bullshit instead of actually just going and hanging out and interacting with real people.
My local diner is
coffee shop in my area, and there's all ages in there.
my local diner is
So I think
BYOB.
I think it just depends on where you live. Because I see plenty of kids outside playing on bicycles and shit, and I see plenty of teenagers at coffee shops.
Well, that's because you're in the future. Maybe things get better. Monster House.
Things get better in the future. Come to the future.
Monster House is underrated in my opinion.
Oh, this movie's great.
It is.
This
movie's great.
Monster House and Paranorman both are just like those are good kid.
I almost put Paranorman in.
Paranorman.
Oh, you should have.
I like Paranorman. Paranorman was really good.
Yeah.
I love Monster House.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What D&D fan didn't like Monster House?
Right.
True.
But yeah,
It's done so well.
It is. But yeah, it was good. It was good. And then we got The Craft.
Oh man, I watched this one too just recently, and I freaking love this movie. Is so dated in the best way possible. It's such a slice of the 90s.
It's dated, but almost at the same time still holds up though.
Well, the funny thing about it is that you look at the fashions in it and stuff like that. That's how the kids are dressing now.
It's all come back
They're
around.
full of BBLs and fucking lip injections and all that type of shit instead of being normal.
I don't know what this one is, to be honest.
You never seen The Craft?
It's about a group of girls who start using witchcraft.
And yeah, one went to Oz, and so she got out of Oz and became a witch. But what's crazy though is like after this one, the witch shit just doesn't work out, so she goes and finds herself a mentally challenged boy that plays really good foosball.
Vicky Valancourt. I love Vicky Valancourt. She showed me her boobies and I like it.
But yeah, and if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, I can't think of the actress's name.
Fairuza Balk.
Yeah, she was in Return to Oz, which is super awesome. Underrated.
Awesome.
And it is so amazing because
I have it on DVD. It's awesome.
TikTok, Paul. Like if you see him, my dad looked like TikTok.
The Wheelers.
My dad looked like TikTok. Every time I saw him, I was like, "Hey, that looks like my dad." Like,
oh, really?
he was a short little round man.
He was a wind-up Tin Man.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, the Wheelers, all that stuff with the rock face dudes, like the faces in the rocks, and
that's the Gnome King,
the chick with the main queen that could change her heads and shit. Like that's stuff was
Princess Mombi. Yes, I know all their names.
But that movie, though, for anybody that's watching that loves Nightmare Before Christmas, Tim Burton was inspired by Jack from Return to Oz, and that's where the Pumpkin King design came from.
It's Jim Henson. It was done by Jim Henson.
Oh wow!
And if you watch it, you're gonna be like, "This shit was made when?" Because the
84,
the
85.
practical effects were insane.
Yeah, I saw it in the movie theater in like 1986 because we had a theater on the military base we lived on, and they would play like all kinds of cool stuff.
Art's writing his own craft lore over here.
That's right. We're gonna do craft fan fiction.
But Joe, I think you might enjoy it. It's
I
don't know.
I think the reason that I love this movie so much is because it's of its time, and at the time I was a teenager when it came out, so I watched it with like
she was fine.
She was. Oh, I like Fairuza Balk. Fairuza Balk, and then there's
that's Fairuza Balk. Oh, you can't see where I'm pointing. There we go. No, you can't still see. What the fuck?
I still
right
can't.
Here. That's Fairuza. This one, I was like, she's fine.
Oh, she
was in Half Baked.
Yes, she was the girlfriend in Half Baked.
Yeah,
she's hot.
Yeah,
I mean, if I remember, I don't think I'd throw any of them out of bed.
No,
the one that the main the main good girl. Technically, I don't. I think she's.
Oh yeah, her name is Robin Tunney. Robin Tunney. And then of course it was Nev Campbell.
Will Vinton Studios did the Rockwall creature animation in Return to Oz. Look at that fucking knowledge.
There he goes.
But yeah, great movie.
He knows more than He-Man.
But then we go into the Lost Boys.
Oh, classic.
I love the Lost Boys. Lost Boys is still great. Poor Corey and Corey.
I love everything about it except for one of the Coreys.
I didn't really like Lost Boys.
I like Lost Boys, but
again, I only saw it once, and this was when I was older versus seeing it when I was younger. So
that's the thing. That's the thing is that a lot of these I feel like if I saw Lost Boys today for the first time, I'd probably be like, eh.
Right. That's sort of how it was. So, like I watched it, I was like, okay, I get it, but it's like, meh.
But like Paul,
Joe's like, I ain't watching this shit.
A lot of these that come up just take me back to a certain point in my life.
Exactly. Ooh, Death Becomes Her. This one is you almost have to see it to believe it. Like,
it's good as fuck.
It's good. Great acting. You almost can't believe if you told somebody who have never heard of this movie, if you told them who's in it, you'd probably be like, "What? That's probably awesome," and it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cast right there. I'm like, wow.
Meryl Streep, Bruce Willis, Goldie Hawn in her prime. Well, I guess sort of her prime.
And it's also got Isabella Rossellini, who is wonderful, and it's got a bunch of other actors in it that are good.
I feel like it gets overlooked a lot, but it definitely fits with that Halloween, horror type of thing.
Yeah, it's definitely good.
It's good. It's good stuff. And then Late Night with the Devil, threw something a little bit newer in there.
This is on Hulu now. It's streaming on Hulu. So if you haven't seen it, it's on there now.
I haven't seen it.
Never heard of it.
It's good. Real good. Creepy, maybe not a Judd thing because it could be real.
I don't know if Judd would.
I don't know. It's like the Exorcist type of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the Exorcist.
Yeah. But it was good. It was really good. Got some Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh God.
Ernest.
And I loved Ernest. I loved the camp one. Ernest Goes to Camp. I like the Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest Goes to Jail and all that stuff. I was like, meh. But like Scared Stupid and Goes to Camp were the Ernest movies for me.
Mine was Saves Christmas. Ernest Saves Christmas was that was my jam.
See, I don't remember that one off the top of my head. I do remember that they used the Killer Clowns from Outer Space in this.
Yes.
Just repainted over. And then I think they used some of the pizzas from Ninja Turtles, if I'm not mistaken. And they're throwing them from their tree fort at the bullies.
Yeah. The makeup work in Ernest Scared Stupid was actually really good if you go back and look at it. Like for the goblins, whatever they are, trolls.
Yeah. I mean, again, they were just the suits from Killer Clowns, just repainted.
Yeah, but they were good practical effects.
Good practical effects. And I mean, if you guys, for your Joe A's and your younger crowd, just watch it thinking this is John Cena, and you'll be all right. Just a skinnier John Cena.
I mean, I've seen Ernest movies, so
and I mean, just how he was found and stuff. Like he has a good story, and they're just wholesome, good movies.
Jim Varney was something else.
He was a good dude. Very, very, very nice person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, at One Man Toy Show, he says he liked the Xmas in Jail Ernest movies.
Yeah. Ernest Saves Christmas is legit.
But yeah, they're just basically like super goofy and over the top goofy.
Almost cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, almost cartoon. And then we got the Frighteners.
Frighteners is underrated.
Michael J. Fox.
Peter Jackson movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have put Dead Alive in there too. Another great.
Dead Alive. I kick ass for the Lord.
But I mean, Dead Alive also inspired a lot of zombie stuff too.
Oh yeah. Have you ever watched Bad Taste? Oh, Bad Taste is.
Yeah, Bad Taste is. Yeah.
What's this one about?
Michael J. Fox is a paranormal investigator, and he sees ghosts and talks to them.
Oh.
And any more than that, and it'll ruin stuff.
Right.
Well, there's a bad ghost that's going around and killing people.
A very, very bad ghost.
Yeah. He starts getting involved in. Yeah. And
one of involved with this, and they're trying to and it's so sort of lines up like, oh, you're coincidentally at these locations when these people are dying, and
yeah. And then he gets involved with there's a crazy FBI agent who's into the occult, and it's played by the guy who's in Reanimator, who plays Herbert.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Reanimator is one I should have had on here too, but again, if we would have put all the horror movies ever existing, we'd be here all night because we got 13 Ghosts.
13 Ghosts. Now this is the remake, and this remake is nothing like the original, but it's awesome.
Oh, I can't. Why you put the remakes in? Dude?
I used to be the 13 Ghosts was weird for me because at first I was scared of it, and then by the end of it, I really enjoyed the movie. I was young watching it. But it freaked me out. At the beginning, they were all kind of I think they were walking down the hall or whatever, and there were ghosts on every side of them and everything. At first, I was terrified. And then I started to actually watch it, and I was like, "This is pretty good." And I was maybe 8, 10 years old, 12 years old, whatever. And I was watching the movie, and I was like, I actually enjoyed that. It didn't scare me at all.
The concept of this movie though is so original. It's so good. It's the original 13 Ghosts is trash compared to this. Honestly, really. As far as what it is, but
I enjoyed it. I like the ghost designs, and then also you had Matthew Lillard in it, acting his ass off.
Yeah, well, and Tony Shalhoub was.
Yeah, well, I was going to call him his name in his show, Monk.
Yeah.
That's the original or the remake?
That's the remake. It's a remake, but it's a remake in name only. It's called 13 Ghosts, but it's nothing like the original 13 Ghosts.
Okay, yeah, I like that one with Dude from Monk in it.
13 Ghosts.
Junkion, you're good, man. You're good.
Thanks for coming, Junkion.
Yeah.
Happy early Halloween. Happy Halloween, man.
Yeah. Devil's Night. Happy Devil's Night. It's Samhain or Samhain.
And then we got scary, Del Toro doing what he does best with some practical effects. Scary stories to tell in the dark. I mean, if you ever did book it, or you had those book things at school, this book would be laying on that table if you're lucky. If you're there before other people grabbed it, and I loved it. It was up there with your where the sidewalk ends and all that type of stuff. Goosebumps. This was one that you'd want to grab when you saw it. And I remember as a kid
Wait.
reading them, and they're creepy. They had
Did you
creepy
buy
ass
where the
drawings.
sidewalk ends at book fair at school?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Where's Sidewalk
Wow.
Kids?
We didn't have
And,
that.
like,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Yep.
We definitely didn't have that.
Calvin and Hobbes too. I was getting like the big like
Oh,
paperback
well.
books of Calvin and
Calvin and
Hobbes.
Hobbes is
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You guys
Yeah.
got good shit at fucking book fair.
Yeah.
And,
Calvin and Hobbes was like, that was my
You
shit.
got a bunch of scholastic crap that they put out.
it was still scholastic, but those were some of the books that were out at that time.
Oh yeah. But there was also like the funny books too, like Plant That Ate Dirty Socks and How to Eat Fried Worms. stuff like-
Fucking yeah, dude.
Or
And
like-
then there's aliens in my cereal or some shit like that. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Was Captain Underpants one of your guys' thing?
No.
No,
way-
that's
that
after
was-
you guys.
That's way after.
That was after me. Shoot.
That's our kids.
But I think they did a great job. I was hoping they were going to make a sequel to this, but it seems to. That's not
I don't
happening.
want them to make a sequel because they did it right the first time. I don't think they should make another one.
And he nailed the looks. He took the drawings in that book and he nailed the way
Yeah.
these monsters and it looked.
Yeah, Alvin Schwartz, the guy who did the drawings for this, so good. So
Heathcliff
good.
Booker Garfield, dude. I got at the book fair, man. I got the Garfield Christmas saves
Yeah.
Christmas, and I love that. I love that cartoon, and I love that book.
I used to get what was that book? I got Where the Wild Things Are.
Ooh, well,
That's a great one.
I
classic.
love that.
Wow,
I love that book.
So,
Classic.
so
I like the
your
movie. too.
day,
I never saw the movie.
all right, well, that would make sense. Because
Yeah.
the books you guys are talking about are books that I got when I was like 7 years old, like
Yeah.
first prints. So, I guess it makes sense that once like that Scholastic would have adopted them and reprinted them.
I remember in the 80s, I got a book from the book fair, and it was about the Titanic before anybody was really interested in the Titanic. Before there was a movie and everything. So
Interesting.
The Titanic.
yes.
Got some candy, man.
Oh,
This one's rough. Man,
this was filmed on the south side of Chicago at Cabrini Green.
I
Yeah.
still don't say it in the mirror.
I will say this. This has got some brutal realism to it.
Yeah.
Like, I still like this movie. Like, I'll watch this movie, and also because it's Tony Todd and he's friggin' awesome. But yeah, like you watch this movie and it's like there's some skin crawly stuff in this.
Yeah, there is.
This is like the horror movie for Black people. This is it.
Wish I got.
And
more
also,
of
don't think that Cabrini Green. Don't think that they dirtied it up for that movie. That's exactly what Cabrini Green did.
Brad, the freaking McFarlane Where the Wild Things Are figures are awesome, and if you find a full set of them, they go for stupid money now. They're expensive.
my buddy Ron has a full set of those.
Yeah,
Not even
I used to read that book like every damn day, yo.
I
used to-
love the movie they made of it.
My
I think
kids,
they
I
did.
read it myself.
Dude, they're still. I look at they have the Calvin and Hobbes. They have the complete anthology on Amazon.
The
It's been
hardcover
in my
one?
cart for years.
The
I wanna
hardcover
pull the
set.
trigger. Huh?
The hardcover set where it's all hardbound and stuff.
Mhm.
In a nice little box. Yeah, I always look at that too, and I'm like, man.
Yeah, I want to buy it so bad. Like I don't know anywhere to put it.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's a heavy piece.
I bet.
We got some Child's Play.
Man, I like it when it's called Child's Play. All the Seed of Chucky, Bride of Chucky, all that stuff. I did not. Man.
I
Oh,
never
the-
cared for it.
it became that comedy after
Yeah.
when it changed after Child's Play. But
But Child's Play 1, 2, and 3 are awesome.
this movie really screwed over my buddy. Like that toy company could not sell dolls after Chucky.
My buddy,
Yeah.
my buddy, and
Oh,
me.
yeah, my buddy
Or
and Kid
Kid
Sister.
Sister. Then there
Yeah,
was Kid
exactly. So yeah, they I was watching. It was like a documentary or something that they were talking about it, and it said
Yep.
when that movie came out, their sales and everything tanked because nobody wanted them. People were getting rid of them because it scared their kids.
But sales for My Pet Monster shot through the roof.
Right. So, and then we're done with the films right now, guys. We're done with the films. Finally.
Is Halloween
This is Halloween. Halloween. This is somebody's
Yeah!
Halloween.
Okay, so this freaking Beastman, that goddamn Beastman costume.
We need to get this for Paul now. Wear it now. But yeah, like I remember these. Like these were costumes. I mean, I'm sure Judd remembers them a lot better than us because.
Oh, 1,000%, dude. These were the costumes that you always wanted. Well, I always wanted. My mom always made my costume. All my friends got these, and my mom made me a costume. And looking back at it, my costumes were cooler. Like looking back at like older pictures and stuff. But like as a kid, I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, my
I
mom
want
made,
that.
my mom made me and my
No,
brother.
I want the Batman. That's the plastic Batman
The chip is
uniform.
gonna fall
and
apart.
the cheap mask in the front.
Yeah, it's literally like a bib that you get from McDonald's made into
Yeah,
a
the
costume.
plastic bib.
Oh yeah,
shit.
and an entire suit.
Yeah.
They only
No,
lasted 1 year.
Oh yeah.
Like
Like
you'd be walking, like my friends, by the time we were walking home, like the whole bottom of the pant was already like all torn up and
or somebody would run past you and just rip the back of it.
rip
Just
the mask
grab it.
off or something. Yeah, like they were a bunch of dickhead kids.
My mom loved to like sew and do stuff like that, so she made me and my brother matching dinosaur like full on costumes, and they're like stuffed up. They had matching little gloves and shoes, like things that went over your shoes and stuff. We had the tail. He was blue, I think, and I was the green one. But it was super awesome. But again, like Judd, you're saying like we wanted these shitty looking ones because they were the cool thing,
They were the license. They were the licensed garbage that we loved.
right?
And then they went one step up from these for the millennial, or I can say millennials, like maybe not millennials, for Z, because Matthew had the costumes that had the muscles built into them.
Yeah.
Oh,
You get the Spider-Man, the Superman, the superhero
Yeah.
costumes, and they came with like a really good mask. That's what the kids get today. And we got
my
this
son
stuff.
had the Batman one.
And so, and then speaking of this is Halloween, Paul, what can you tell us about this photo right here?
Hell yeah!
Oh, that's awesome.
I was gonna say I've posted a few awesome ones from my
That's
past.
great, dude.
So speaking of mothers who made Halloween costumes, my mother made so in this picture, I of course I'm a bat. I'm not a cat. I'm actually a bat. You can't tell, but what I'm wearing a cape that actually is the bat wings.
You have whiskers.
I do have whiskers because they have whiskers. Bats have
Yes,
whiskers.
they do.
Yeah, they do.
And so
You're like a
I
cat.
had the bat ears. It was a hood that you tied, and it had the bat ears. And my mom made this. And to be fair, my mom was actually a really good seamstress, so she did make some really cool stuff. Like in
my mom too.
Brad makes a good point. He's baffled why they haven't brought back those old school costumes in adult sizes, like Ben Cooper costumes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they had some of those masks that Target was carrying, some that were very Ben Cooper-y, but not full costumes.
yeah. So in this picture on the right, the witch is my older sister. And my mom made that witch costume too. And so, and of course, but it was like the Wicked Witch of the West, so she's got the green face.
Mhm.
And
She's telling you to look at the camera. It's like, look.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I think she's telling the little girl in the middle. The little girl in the middle was a friend of my mom's daughter, like a daughter of my mom's friend, and I have no idea what her name is even anymore. But yeah, this picture would have been taken, 84 or 5.
Fortress said this picture is what Halloween is all about. Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, this picture is from like 1984 or 1985. So
that's what's up.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I had to put it in here, man, because I was like, you posted that. I'm like, that's perfect.
Yep. I have other pictures. My mom has, because my mom's been like, as she's finding them, because these are actual photos. Like that's why they look like crap. they're actual photos, and so yeah, it's like old Kodak technology. And,
I don't know where any of mine are, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
And
my
think about
mom finds them.
Of course, these definitely remind me of Halloween. The old trick or treat bags.
I was gonna say the trick or treat bags that were like this big.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
small as shit, but they
I
seem
always
big to
wanted
us as
these,
kids.
but yeah, I always wanted these, but I ended up with I had the plastic Halloween buckets.
I had the plastic Halloween buckets, and then either that or a pillowcase.
Oh, we went with pillowcases all the time.
We had
We
these
pillowcase later. Oh,
the McDonald's buckets.
I had the bucket maybe one time. Other than that, it was always pillowcases.
But this is the true way to go trick or treating: the pillowcase.
Oh yeah,
because you literally got this much shit in a pillowcase.
Oh yeah.
I had to learn that you needed the pillowcase so you could get as much.
Yeah,
you
you
pillowcase.
rock one little bucket. Like
you had to find the house.
I'd fill the bucket. My mom would be like, "We got to go home.
We're done. That's it.
So let me ask you guys: did you guys have houses when you guys trick or treated as kids that had the "please take one" bucket because they didn't want people ringing the doorbell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and then
that's where the pillowcase came in handy because you would hit that house and you go around the block and come back and hit it again, and then go around the other block, come back and hit it again.
or you'd rush those houses that had full candy bars. You're like, they give away full size candy bars.
Oh yeah, we did that one year. We walked by a house and it just had a big ass bowl and it was full size Reese's, Snickers, all that stuff. And between me, my brother, and my cousin, we took the entire bowl. We just took the bag and just dumped it into our bag and left the bowl and walked away. This was before ring cameras and shit, so nobody was seeing it. It was like whatever.
But now
you don't leave Reese's out. Don't do that.
What is your favorite Halloween candy?
How dare you, sir?
It's right there. I can see it. My mouth is salivating.
I taste disgusting. I don't like you either. So you either love it or you hate it. Candy corn. I do enjoy the pumpkins more so than candy corn, even though they're the same. Me and Judd can't understand why we like the pumpkins more. Probably because there's more of it that you're eating. But I can eat a handful of this and I'm good. I don't need to eat a shit ton of it, but I do like a little bit of candy corn pumpkins flavoring during the Halloween.
You either don't like it or you hate it. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And this was one of the ones when I was a kid you got like 3 or 4 of them in a little tiny package. And I never really minded them.
Paul, they didn't catch it.
No, they didn't. But still,
what was it?
Don't worry about it. You watch it replay. Yeah, we can move on. We can go to the next one. Where's the Reese's? Circus Peanuts. How dare you?
Click.
Some people like Circus Peanuts, man.
Some people are psychopaths.
I love Circus Peanuts when I was in like grade.
There you go. He'll defend candy corn and mellow cream. I tried these again. Or hated. It's an iconic Halloween candy.
I tried Circus Peanuts again probably
Can I kick him out the show?
15 years ago, and I don't know how anybody ever liked those. I don't know how I ever liked those.
Thank you. They're as bad as Necco wafers.
Never have any fun.
You said they're bad.
They're terrible. They're terrible.
It's like Boston baked beans. I hate Boston baked beans.
Oh, Boston baked beans are terrible too.
Oh, it's garbage. I don't know how they classify as candy.
Yeah.
No, see, now we're talking. Yeah, Northern Nomad. That's right. No, put that back on the screen. Put Northern Nomad's comment back on the screen. Damn it. Yeah, you see that?
Yeah. Thank you, Northern Nomad.
Yeah.
Circus Peanuts, aka doorstops. My brother loved Circus Peanuts. I wasn't a fan. I could probably eat one and be like, I'm done with it. I'm good.
They're bad.
I don't even know what they taste like.
I'm telling you, as someone who has fond memories of them as a child, they're freaking disgusting.
But these,
you would spit it out. I spit it out. I couldn't even swallow it.
These are your classics that you always got. Like everybody wanted these in their fucking trick or treat bag. Followed by your sweet tarts, Laffy Taffy, Nerds. We didn't have clusters back then, but
You're welcome. You're welcome for the Laffy Taffy and the Nerds.
Okay, so the ones that we had too, we had the Nerds where it was 2 different sections, one on each side. You could open one slot.
Those were ladies, dude. Those were the
that's the full box.
Strawberry and grape.
They still.
And I
Um,
used to get those. And those were awesome. It'd be
I
like purple
never
and red.
got those in trick or treating. I always got these little fucks.
I
Well-
love nerds. I could shot a box of nerds. I could just
Dude,
the
I
whole
could
thing.
eat
Oh
a
my gosh.
box of nerds out of a chick's butthole, dude.
I'm telling you. Load it up.
Oh man.
Like,
Load it up. Love nerds.
sweet tarts are great. You know,
Yeah.
I don't mind like bottle caps. They were like after you ran out of sweet tarts and all the good shit, you'd eat your bottle caps afterwards.
I actually like
bottle caps were a
the
different animal, though.
Yeah,
Bottle
I do
caps,
think.
bottle caps had that kind of carbonated sort
Yeah.
of.
Yes, they
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you
it
mean.
foamed up a
The
little bit
root
when
beer
you chewed
bottle
on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like bottle caps. I like sweet tarts. They were good.
I like both.
Oh, popcorn balls. These are still actually. I saw these at Walmart the other day. I didn't know they still did these.
But back in the
Me
day,
either.
me and Jeff were saying back in the day,
Okay.
people
when
made
I
these.
when I trick or treated, these were all handmade and saran wrapped, and you couldn't eat them. You want to
Yep.
know why? Because supposedly people were finding pins in them, and you couldn't trust them.
That's true.
All
True,
BS.
Yeah.
Never happened. All BS.
I got.
Yeah.
Fortress said getting old is enjoying the mounds that you kids don't want. Fuck
Oh,
Oh, the
almond
mounds.
joys.
Yes.
No,
And
I'll
That
almond
coconut
joy. Yes.
nastiness.
the door. The door.
Coconut's gross.
Mounds and almond joys can kick rocks. Bye.
Both are delicious.
Those are the
But,
ones that you pawned off
these-
on the friends that you didn't like.
Uh-huh. I'll trade you
Everybody
my
had-
mounds for your Reese's. Like the heck?
Everybody had popcorn balls.
You don't need that Twix.
No. I'll
I-
give you 4 mounds for 1 Twix. You're getting 4 pieces of candy. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that's a deal.
I'm
My
losing on this
friends'
deal. The
parents
6-year-old kid, come on.
used
all
to make
bang.
caramel popcorn balls.
I would get these wrapped in saran wrap. Like I would have neighbors who would make these and they'd make Rice Krispie treats. I'd take all the Rice Krispie treats, I'd take all the popcorn balls and throw that shit away.
Yeah, if it's not somebody you can trust, like you don't want to eat that shit. But that's why they're now being made in little baggies now.
Yeah, but I
Lucky.
still,
Lucky.
if somebody gave me a popcorn ball now, I'd be like, get the fuck.
I eat.
What about Wacko Wax? The wax
No.
lips.
Oh, I remember those.
I
And
remember getting them, but I hated them.
I used to chew the fuck out. I used to chew it all up and just spit the wax out.
And those are newer ones. Ours didn't
Right,
look that
right.
good.
Yeah.
No, they weren't nearly as
And,
detailed.
and they were weird because I mean obviously they're wax, but they had this like
Like a
flavor that was kind of
mint.
good though.
Like a minty Pepto-y type
Right.
of mint. That's why I
Right.
would chew the shit out of them after,
me
you
too.
know.
Me too.
I would throw them away.
Peanut butter
Dude.
kisses.
Yeah.
I
love it.
hated these as a kid, but as I got older, I started appreciating how delicious these were. John,
Oh,
these
I
are those.
like it.
These are those
Yeah,
red,
Yeah.
the
I always
orange
liked
and
these.
brown fucking or black packaging.
Yes. They were brown and orange.
They were.
Like
These are
almost
good.
like wax paper packaging.
I hated these as a kid.
They almost reminded me of like Bit Honeys a little bit.
Yeah, same
Oh, Bit
same
of Honey's-
texture.
Bit of
Same
Honeys were those
texture.
things that like I never liked them until I tried one. Like I always got them and it was like, ooh, these are gross. And then
I
like
love
I
these.
tried one, and Bit of Honeys are great.
I haven't had one of these as an adult, but I don't know how I'm going to feel about it.
They're good. They're good. It's
they're better
basically like
than
a
you think.
peanut buttery taffy with a little bit of peanut butter in the middle.
I'm not going to say that they're the best. I'm going to say that they're better than you think.
I'll have to try as an adult.
This is Paul's favorite.
Oh God, dude.
My mom
How-
used to love these, and I fucking hate them.
These
never-
are up there though with
I never
like-
minded them.
These were like what you said for candy corn. Like I could eat like 2 or 3 and be cool, and that's it.
Shut
Like,
up, dude. You'd eat these over candy corn?
7 days a week.
No, you nasty motherfucker.
7 days.
I never minded them.
7 days a week.
These are fucking made of like
Seven-
fucking dead old people. Like these are
Seven-
fucking gross.
7 days a week. Candy
This is
corn.
Soylent Green. These are made.
Yeah,
from
exactly. It's like fucking Soylent Green. Like these are those hearts that you used to get that nobody would eat, and they would fucking soak them in water and compress them and make discs out of them. Like I don't know. They're
You could get a pack of these same size as that for 2 cents at the corner store when I was a kid.
Necco
do
Whip,
make-
you can still buy these, man.
Yes.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can still buy these. I saw these.
I won't eat them now, but I used to love them as a kid.
My mom
And they
loved
make them
them.
in bigger packs. Like you need more.
Yeah,
of them.
they're really long packs. Like my mom used to love the shit. I'm like, you're a nasty bitch. You know, I was like, it's so fucking gross. Like she used to eat fucking good and plenties too, man. I was like, those are
What's
fucking
wrong with
nasty.
Good and
too.
Plenty?
Good and plenty, disgusting. Black licorice needs to go to hell where it came from.
Okay, so basically, you just don't like licorice.
I don't like black licorice. I like
don't
the
like
red
lic-
licorice.
You don't like
licorice.
licorice.
Black licorice is disgusting.
You don't like licorice. Move on. It's fine.
I like
Not everybody likes
Twizzlers.
licorice. I like licorice.
Twizzlers are
That's
cool.
why I like those.
Oh, Smarties.
Fortress Max with chalk flavor.
Yeah, Smarties.
Smarties are always good.
Smarties
Yeah,
are
fuck with
great.
Smarties. Smarties are good.
Sugar babies, yep. And
I love sugar
daddies.
babies. I don't like sugar daddies. I don't like it on the stick. I like.
he's like I like my daddies off the stick.
I want
he's
the
like the
babies.
babies. He
I
won't
want
put the daddies in
off
his
the
mouth.
daddies.
You got.
But dude, these are delicious. I'll fuck
I
with
enjoy
you, but-
both.
But the sugar daddies, man, you're gonna lose a tooth or something.
I didn't care for sugar daddies. I
All
didn't care for them.
So if you ate too many of these as a kid, you ended up with these.
Oh shit!
Damn.
But they used to have ones that were called black cows, which were basically chocolate covered, like sugar daddies.
I remember those. They had like cows on the packaging, right?
Are you talking about cowtails?
Yeah, cowtail. I thought they were called cowtails.
Yeah, they're cowtails.
That might be what it is. I remember.
Hey, my name is Lindsay. My mom made the account in her name. I like to chat, so I subscribe to a lot of live streaming channels. All right, well, thank you for subscribing.
All
That's
right.
a robot. That's a robot. Anyway.
I don't know. I'm a Reese's Cup person myself.
Okay. Well,
Oh, maybe
That-
not.
that's maybe not a robot.
All right. Well,
Awesome. You like the good stuff.
Yeah.
Actually,
We're
let's
trying to
let. I will. All right. So I was being a fat ass the other day. You know, I enjoyed
happens.
some herbal remedy, and I was like, dude, I want some snacks. So I was like, fucking, if you ever use this app called GoPuff, went in there, you can order shit. It's like a fucking 7-Eleven that delivers to you. Ordered a pack of Halloween candy. It had Twizzlers. It was Twizzlers,
Twizzlers are
Kit
so
Kats, Reese's Cups, and
Oh.
Barrel gummy bears.
Oh my
So
God.
got it, and the first thing I went for was the Reese's Cups, and I ate one, and I almost threw up because for some reason that Reese's Cup absorbed all the fruit flavors from whatever was in that bag. It did not taste like a Reese's Cup. It tasted like a fruity chocolate, weird, like almost like a fruity
That's weird.
pebble type of chocolate. It was disgusting.
That's
Everything
weird.
else was fine, but I threw them away because I was like, why did this thing absorb all the flavors of the fruit?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
That is weird. That's
Yeah.
weird.
That is
Never
really
heard of
weird.
Yes, tomorrow is definitely Halloween. And today's
Back
Night
to
of
being a
Devils.
bot again.
And speaking of Twizzlers,
I love
classics,
Twizzlers.
love them.
yep.
Those are cool.
I
mean,
they're
not my favorite.
Okay, when they first dropped, but they still couldn't replace the original Twizzler.
They definitely aren't like strawberry flavored, though, in my opinion. But
No.
Oh,
I don't know
damn,
what flavor they are, but they're good.
It's like a
Yeah,
salty
I don't care
fruit.
what flavor they are.
It's like
yeah,
a salty fruit a little bit
I
because
don't
it's
know-
not
I
like
don't know.
super sweet.
I
Now,
don't
they're
know where
not
they
red
pulled
vines,
strawberry
but
out their
they're
ass
good.
from, but
They
I'd rather
are
have a red vine.
Oh no, what?
nice, chew, delicious. Red vine's good too.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Got
gotta
the
love
red vines too.
And we got some Tootsie Rolls.
I hate Tootsie Rolls.
Really?
Why?
Yeah, I like Tootsie Pops. The Tootsie Pops are good, but I don't like Tootsie Rolls for whatever reason. I just never could really get into them. But they were fun to throw at people because they get so hard that they were like, drop.
Yeah,
Do they
just
still
piece of
sell the
shit.
long
Yeah, see,
one?
Brad agrees. He says it does soak up the fruit flavor. It's gross. It's weird. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah.
Wait, so you don't
What, Judd?
even like the fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls? I like those too.
I remember the creamsicle ones were pretty good. Yeah.
Do,
The
do they
orange
still
ones-
sell the original Tootsie
Oh,
Rolls?
yeah, those are
came
good.
in the cardboard, and they were like, it was like one long
Yeah, where it was
in
like
3
yeah,
sections or whatever.
Yeah.
They still sell them like that.
I think they do. I think that I want to say that they probably do. But these were the candies that like these were always the left. This was like the last stuff that was usually in my bag.
What?
These are the ones that when I would come home after Halloween, stoned
Could be
in
a
high
good
school, I
birthday
would
bash.
steal from my sisters.
Jeez.
Yes,
These
Judd,
didn't
you still
exist
buy
in my
those.
day.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the I like those with the
Vanilla ones.
Oh, they're
The
The
delicious.
vanilla ones, the vanilla ones are pretty good. Just the regular Tootsie Rolls. I just didn't really care for them. I usually ended up giving them to someone because I was just like, I don't want them.
Dude,
I like Tootsie Rolls, the regular ones,
Alone.
but I couldn't eat too many of them. Like I ate 1 or 2, and that was it.
I liked better than these ones where they came in the fucking blocks, like they were like square.
No, that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it
That's
had-
what
it
he's
had the
talking
little paper around them.
Yep, those
Like
because
the,
you got more
the
Tootsie Roll for your
cardboard or
bite.
whatever. With the, yeah.
You got more Tootsie Roll instead of having to open like 15 of these things.
Or Tootsie Pop.
These were like dots. Dots. I didn't like those ones either. Those were the candies I gave away to people.
But I like dots. I like
said they are
dots
easier to
and
chew than
jujubes.
Were dots
dude,
the
I love
ones?
Starburst.
Oh no, dots were the. What was the candy that came on the paper? Oh,
Stuff
you
that
guys
nobody
know what
wanted
I'm
to eat.
talking about.
Oh, you're
We
talking
used to
about
get that at Halloween,
you're talking
Candy
about
buttons.
It was like
Talking about
yeah,
candy
it was
buttons.
like little yellow dots
Yeah,
on a
candy
piece of
buttons.
paper.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
peel them off.
Yeah, candy buttons. Those things were.
I like
trash.
dots and I like jujubes.
They were dude, I'd eat a candy necklace over the candy buttons though.
I used to like candy necklaces as a kid, but
Then pixie sticks.
I love pixie sticks.
pixie sticks were legit. I can't think of a kid who didn't like pixie sticks. It's straight sugar.
that was the pure. That was like the nitro of the get you freaking going.
Yeah.
They're like, you gotta go to bed. I can't.
Dude, my
Pixie
friends
sticks
used
were the
to
thing
snort
that, like-
pixie sticks. My friends used to
Oh,
legit
yeah.
snort them.
Oh,
There was always that kid.
Joe beat me to it.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say.
I
I was
had a kid in
gonna, I
school
was
that
gonna
would
say.
crush up nerds and
In
snort it.
the '80s, in grade school, we used to snort those things.
I don't understand
My friends
why.
we were way too advanced. We would take a piece of like a piece of index card and make a line and just
Oh, Jesus.
oh yeah. One of my friends called a nosebleed and pixie dust started coming out of his nose mixed in with the
Charlie
blood.
says, "Eat your good and plenty."
Pass. Hard pass.
I can't
Delicious.
stand these.
They just
I'll eat
I'm
them
not
all day
fruities.
long.
Good and fruities were good, but I
I'll
can't. I
eat good and
can't.
fruities all day long too.
the
Good
first
fruities
time
were
I saw
good,
good and
but-
plenties, I must be traumatized because I thought they were freaking Tic Tacs. So I popped a whole bunch and I was like, this is awful.
I felt like this was.
Like,
These were like the. These were kind of like the white trash Mike and Ike's. So I didn't.
I think these were before Mike and Ike's though.
Oh, they were.
Well, you know
They
what?
definitely
I love
predated-
Mike and Ike's.
but Mike
I'm
and Ike's-
proud to
Mike
be
and Ike's
white
and Hot
trash
Tamales-
and eat my good and plenty.
Fortress says I can feel like I could eat these candies any day, but Whoppers I only get on Halloween. Whoppers are foul.
Whoppers are awesome.
No,
You just don't like malts.
It's
I'll
just
drink
malt.
them all,
Yeah.
but I don't want to eat malt balls.
Oh, dude, then you don't like malts.
I like
When you
Whoppers.
said
They're
Mike and Ike. Mike and Ike are fruity, chewy candies.
I could eat them.
Yes,
They're
and they're
shaped
Mike,
like this.
Mike,
could
eat
Mike,
a
and
Whopper
Mike
or
and
two.
Ike is basically the same thing as good and fruity.
Yeah, so yeah, Mike and Ike's are
Except-
made by the same company that does hot
basically-
tamales.
Yes.
I think
yes.
I
Hot tamales
think
are great.
Good and Plenty came out with Good and Fruity to compete with Mike and Ike.
Oh, they couldn't. You can't compete. Like they're different.
Yes, but I'm saying Good and Plenty came out with Good and Fruity to compete with the
Oh,
Mike and Ike.
definitely. Oh, it probably was definitely.
That's why they came out, because it was just Good and Plenty and Mike and Ike.
This
Okay,
is Joe's
so-
favorite.
So if you do this, if you're the person who does
You
this,
will be egged and teepeed.
yeah, you're the
I didn't-
you're the person who like, yeah, I'll let my dog crap in your yard and I'm not picking it up.
I didn't mind. I don't mind raisins, but yeah,
It's
if you're
better
getting
than
it
the
as,
pennies,
as
though.
I mean,
No.
I like raisins, but for
I
you to
don't
be
want it
like,
for
oh,
that.
Not that.
my biggest experience is raisinets. Like, really? Art, you think raisinets is
That's
what you throw
bad.
out first? Like,
Raisinets are
That's
good.
as bad
I
as
like
the
Raisinets.
person who gives out the freaking floss. If you give out the little flossers,
oh, we didn't
No,
let
no.
that woman finish her
Let me
spiel.
ask you this.
She'd come
Did
out
you
with
guys
an
ever
apple and some dental floss. We'd walk off her porch. I ain't got time for this shit.
Did
Yeah.
you
What
guys
about the
ever
Apple
get
razor blade?
5 pennies saran wrapped?
No.
no.
Well, welcome
I
to
got
trick or treating in the 1970s and 80s.
I wasn't even
in
a
the
thought
80s
yet.
You would get
80s, 1 year.
you would get like 5. The only good thing about getting the 5 pennies is I could go to the corner store and go to the gumball machine and get gumballs for it.
Judd, you're ahead of the game. Pennies are coming, bro. pennies a comment.
One year there was a dude in my neighborhood and he was giving away 50-cent pieces. The old school, big old.
Oh,
50
I mean, I'd take those.
Oh,
That'd be
I went
sweet.
back a couple times and got a few because
There
that
you
was
go.
that was comic book money back then. So
You guys used to get apples with razor blades in them.
Yep, sure did.
That whole
So
fear that they're
it
pushing,
got so bad that we had to go get our Halloween candy.
candy inspected.
No, we took it to the hospital and put it underneath the
That's so wild.
X-ray
X-ray.
machine.
You're X-raying all your
My parents would pick through. My parents would dump all our candy on the table, take all the apples out, and throw them right in the garbage.
Yep.
Same. And anything that was open.
It came from back in the 80s, because back in the 80s there are all these urban legends that people are putting razor blades in
York
apples.
peppermint patties are not
It was
bad. They're good.
So, do you remember, Paul, it was either I think it was one of the Halloween movies. The girl bites into an apple and there's a razor blade in it.
There is one. There is a movie, a few movies where that happens.
Right. Well, that's where this whole thing came from.
Oh yeah, yeah. The urban legend's always been there. Like everyone, like even like older aunts and uncles that I've had have talked about it. Like it's gone back a long time.
Right. And that whole thing resurged in like 2008, 2009.
Oh yeah.
There were stories about people finding like a nail. There was a whole Facebook thing where somebody posted a nail through like a candy bar or something, and her thumb was bleeding. And
then it turned into not razor blades, but drugging, like acid.
Yes.
Putting acid in
drugs.
in
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that's why there's not as many trick-or-treaters these days.
We got some
Now they
candy
do
apples.
trunk or treating, where everybody parks in a circle and then
Yes.
Yeah, they just had that at my job this past weekend.
I do crunk or treat. You go around drinking out of gas cans. And you crunking. But yeah, that's what we do.
Now, candied apples is awesome because we used to make candied apples and caramel apples every Halloween when I was a kid.
I had neighbors who would do it, and nobody had a problem going to eat all the caramel apples and candy apples. Like,
I am a caramel apple over candy apple type of guy, though.
I am too. I definitely prefer a caramel apple with crushed nuts.
I agree.
And I could do it with or without nuts. They're both delicious.
Yeah. Yep.
I
think they're both delicious.
Except the time that
I
you
prefer
get
the peanuts. I like
except
the
the time that you get one and it's just the fucking apple's bad. It's not like the freshest apple. You're like, damn it!
Oh, it's not
I hit that little
crispy.
bruised spot on the apple.
Well, I had a neighbor who actually would like core the apple and like peel it, so it was actually just the actual good part of the apple, and then dip them in stuff like that.
Fortresses, we have urban legends now. We call them conspiracy theories.
That's true.
We got some Bit O' Honey.
Bit O' Honey's better
I
than
love
you
them.
think.
They're not bad. I used
They're
to
better
think,
than you think.
I thought they were
Don't
gross
chew
when I
them.
had one, and I was surprisingly surprised.
And
Don't
those
chew
will
'em.
definitely pull your teeth out.
Yeah,
Jolly Ranchers.
Love
better
Jolly
than
Ranchers.
you think. I'll say better
The
than
original, nothing will beat the original Jolly Rancher.
You think.
The ones that
It
came
was
in
a
the
stick.
sticks. Yeah,
It
I
was a
love those.
stick.
Yep. Same with Airheads. The original Airheads, when they were long taffies, were good.
Yeah, I don't know why they got rid of all that stuff. Like,
Now, like
Like,
Laffy
these
Taffy
are-
used to be like a good size.
they had small ones.
Bar,
They were the
too.
size of the Jolly Rancher ones, but then they really did have the ones that were really freaking
Well,
long.
the
that you could
right,
stretch.
the first ones that came out,
They were
you had
long.
you had the Jolly Ranchers that came in the thin
Yep.
strips, and then you had the Laffy Taffy that came the same way, but the Laffy
Yep.
Taffy was like the size of a Hershey bar.
And it was great.
Oh, it was awesome.
See, I used to get those, and I used to get Charleston shoes from
Oh,
this
I
like
love
local
Charleston shoes.
place. And I like the vanilla, the strawberry, and the chocolate Charleston shoes.
Hmm.
Like all three of them, really good. Underrated.
I did not like Abba Zabbas. I was not a fan of Abba Zabbas.
Never had a Abba Zaba.
It's peanut butter
Either.
taffy, and it was not good.
But do you guys remember these?
Those the fake cigarettes.
Yeah, but they came in like little monster boxes.
Mine didn't come like this. I had them in the actual boxes that looked like
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah,
That was
I
telling-
had
I was
those
Little
telling
American
Arthur
flag on it and stuff.
the same thing. They were like Lucky Strikes, but they
Yeah, I
called them
had
something
those
else.
too, but during
Mhm.
Halloween, these were given out. I never had them given out.
Right.
As,
Yeah, but what we never got the printed ones like these.
Nah, I never got
My
those.
sisters got these.
Mine were
Yeah.
legit like fake cigarette boxes.
yeah, I used to buy those at like a store, like a party store and stuff like that. But during Halloween, I never got those. They were always these that were given out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Probably because they're like, we don't want to make kids, think that they're smoking, even though you can go to a party store and buy them for like 10 cents.
Double bubble.
And then this one, I was like, Judd's gonna be mad if I don't have some double bubble up here because I remember Judd chomping away.
You gotta have double bubble, and the other you missed bazooka. That was the other
Yeah,
big
Bazooka.
one.
Bazooka.
You
Bazooka
get
Joe.
double. Some people had
Bazooka.
double bubble, and some people had bazooka.
Bazooka trumps double bubble.
Bazooka was better only because you
Bazooka
got the
was better.
comic.
You're damn right.
Flavor was
I
a little
actually
bit-
like the
it-
gum
the
better.
flavors were different, which
The
was
flavors
good.
were
like
and the bazooka was more. As an adult, to me, bazooka was more like a traditional bubble gum. It was a little harder. It took a little longer to get soft.
Mm-hmm.
Where double bubble was more like a more modern sort of softer bubble gum.
Yo, I used to love what is it? Appy
Laffy
Tapples?
Tapples have an expiration. Laffy Tappies. I would assume so. They got to have some. It's sugar. It's candy. Everything it's gonna have an expiration date.
Yeah, I used to.
Eating Jolly Rancher sticks in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, the two long ones.
I used to love Big League Chew just to
Big League
like,
Chew's great.
Awesome.
just to pretend like I was a baseball player and stick a big wad in my jaw.
Yep.
We didn't get the big league chew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we didn't get that. I didn't get that in Halloween
No.
or anything like that.
Nah.
No, I would get it at a corner store.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when
But
that
we
came
did it
out.
before we played baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
And we got blow
When-
pop.
Blow pops. Yes. Blow pops were great.
When Big League Chew came out, it got so bad at school that they actually sent a letter home that we weren't allowed to bring it to school.
Oh yeah,
Put it
all
in
the
your
kids
lip.
had Big League Chew. Like I can remember going to like gym class and like every kid had Big League Chew.
Grape Big League Chew was so fucking delicious.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
You rip the package open, it was all strung up and everything. You just stuff it in your and you'll put it in your like a lip. And you'll be here all day chewing it.
Oh
They
yeah.
used to
Blow
make
pops.
shredded beef jerky that was in like a little tin like that. That I
I
used
still
to
remember too. It looked like
Oh
cans.
no, it came.
like a
No, you know
powder.
what it was? It
Looked like snuff.
Yeah, like snuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. some
I
good
used to
stuff.
sell those in junior high.
I can't believe that Joe and Paul did not get pennies in their freaking trick or treat
Oh,
bags.
I got money. I got change here and there, but it wasn't like wrapped up in.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, mine was always. It was the same damn block. I don't know why we always went down it, but there were 3 or 4 little old ladies that lived on the block, and they always had it was saran wrapped.
Fortress, it was either Bubblicious or Bubble Yum that made the
Oh,
cotton candy bubble gum.
Yeah.
That was cotton candy was bubble yum.
I don't know. Both of them had amazing
Back.
flavors that just disappeared.
Remember bubble tape?
Bubble tape is good too. I just take that whole fucker out and just take a bite out of the motherfucker.
Oh my gosh, you're a psychopath. Oh my gosh. You're supposed to open it and pull it out like tape
The
and chomp
flavor
it.
fucking
And...
died so quick, dude. It's
Oh,
like,
oh yeah.
you
This
know,
flavor was gone in like 3 minutes.
when I first got it as a kid, yes, I would do it the traditional way. But as you get smarter, you're like, this shit's not gonna last. So I might as well take a big mouthful, chew on it until it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Once the whole amount into your mouth and it's nasty, you just spit the whole thing in the container.
I didn't like people like you. You were a bad
So-
person.
I was right.
You're a bad person.
Rebecca said that cotton candy was bubble yum.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, what happened to those companies? They even still make stuff?
I
Well, it was-
don't buy
I'm sure
gum.
like-
We don't look
so I
for
haven't
it,
even
so-
looked. I don't know.
I'm
'Cause it's
sure
like-
there's probably places you can find it, but then also like a lot of those companies, they're just their parent company was probably like Mars.
Somebody
or-
big.
Yeah. Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
You smell cigarettes in your hotel room. Maybe it's not cigarettes. Maybe it's some of that wacky tobacco.
It might be.
And then
I remember these. I don't know where people got them, but
they were delicious.
They were good. They were good. They were basically Dum-Dums without the stick.
That's what John was talking about.
I said.
Yeah, because it's like whenever you got Dum-Dums, I would always try to break this stick off because I just wanted to have the candy in there. And then
yeah, Dum-Dums were great. I still
you had
to
chew these at a certain point, otherwise you would get a cut on your tongue.
Yeah, because that pocket, the air bubble would come through, and then you'd be like, "I am bleeding. Why? Oh, that's why." But that's the same with the blow pops and stuff like that. Like,
oh yeah, yep.
Oh yeah.
I remember chewing the blow pop and trying to get all the candy out of it because the gum was a pain in the ass if the candy outside got mixed into it.
Yes.
It's like eating glass. But yeah, these were great and they were flavorful. Like you would see these and you'd probably be like, "Oh, I'm gonna not get them," but like they very flavorful. If you like,
I used to get the butterscotches too, the freaking yellow butterscotches.
I love butterscotch candies, man. But then you also get the blue root beer barrels.
Not a big fan.
I love these. These are great.
Root beer barrels.
These were good.
Root beer barrels were awesome. But I love root beer, so that was like the thing.
I'm not big on butterscotch, though.
Yeah, you gotta like butterscotch.
Little lady,
but I mean,
bottom of the purse butterscotch was the best when I was a kid.
But root beer barrels.
I want that dirty butterscotch.
It had that kind of sticky layer to it.
Or just you call that jerk candy.
Yes. Yeah.
Where the outside kind of melted a little bit because it's been in there for like a year or so.
Church candies are peppermint.
They make that flavor anymore. They probably doing some of the mystery flavors, but Dum-Dum started to do some wild shit where they got
the chocolate Dum-Dums were good. And they had the mystery one. The mystery Dum-Dum was always pineapple. The question mark.
But collect what you love, man. Don't forget, hella dope. Use promo code unboxing, 10% off your order. And we hit the end, man. We hit the end of the slides.
I could go on all night on this stuff.
I know. I mean, shit, we've been going for almost 3.5 hours. Yeah, and I was like,
is there anybody left?
We got 6 people still here.
Oh, all right.
Hey, you know what? Memories, nostalgia.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we did this. It's like we could have been talking action figures, which we talked about some stuff that we picked up. But the main thing is just like remembering, these memories. There's a lot of people that forget or don't remember stuff when they were a kid because they pushed it aside because they got pushed to do adulting, or it wasn't cool to trick or treat, or they had stricter parents that would allow them. It's like this is stuff that like you got to get away with your friends. And like, yeah, you'd have at first when you're younger, you had your parents taking you and would open up that van. You get out, do the houses, come back to the van, all that type of stuff.
What?
Yeah,
no, I would leave my house. It was dark outside. I would leave my house.
You were also in a different era.
And I would go all over my entire neighborhood. And I had to be home. I had to be home by 10:30.
When you were 6 years old?
Oh, when I was 6, my mom took me.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking
talking about.
But we walked. I'm 16 years old. My mama
walked. There's no fucking vehicle involved. We walked.
Yeah, when we got older,
we used our feet.
Yes,
and we walked around the entire neighborhood.
I feel like the golden age for trick or treating though was not the 80s. It was not the 90s. In the early 2000s, when I started taking my son trick or treating, like there was a bunch of stuff that like hadn't gone away yet, but it got like upped. Like people making like backyard haunted house.
They did that stuff where their yard had like black lights, strobe lights and stuff.
Yeah,
I stole somebody's strobe light because I wanted one.
Yeah, like 2005, 2006 ish. I remember there was a bunch of people in the neighborhood I was living in. They were just doing it up like on a massive scale.
What, Judd? What do you got?
No, it was me.
I
used to do that. We used to decorate big for Halloween and give out candy.
And then
that was
like
my house
around
in 2000s.
Yeah, like around 2015 ish. I feel like it just all died off, and then COVID really killed everything. So it was just like
Man,
Now it's kind of like
I always
Yeah,
remember.
some of those places are like, why are these? Why is this haunted house leading me to your cellar or your basement? You know,
I always remembered. My biggest memory was like the mid '90s, mid to late '90s. It would be me, and my brother. We'd pick up my cousin, and then my dad and my mom would take us to like all the rich areas. And we'd go to the rich areas, we'd park the car somewhere, and we just go walk around all the rich neighborhoods because they were giving out full candy bars. People were giving out money. Like it was crazy. And then we just hop out of that one neighborhood and go to another rich area.
Get
We'd be out
cans
there
of
for
soda,
hours. Just
cans
We
of
did the
soda
same.
and stuff. Like,
uh-huh.
oh,
People would
sodas.
be like,
I got
people,
sodas a lot.
oh yeah.
Like
Like,
when I was young, I remember that. Like 12,
uh-huh.
13. Yeah.
We used to get so much shit. We used to come back. We used to come back home with like just again, we'd have the pillowcases. So we had like 2 pillowcases each. And just everything was full. They dump it all over the table and sort through everything. Like it was crazy. But that was
When I
that
you
was
felt like
our
you felt
biggest
like a
thing.
mobster. You're like separating candy. You're like, this is my trade pile. This is my pile, and it was awesome.
I remember when I was like 12, around 12, around that time, in my town, my hometown, they had just gotten for the first time Little Caesars pizza, and it was back when Little Caesars used to be the giant
double pizza,
the double pizzas,
pizza,
and they were all square. They were all square, and they would be on that. It was basically on a big giant cardboard tray with like a bag put over it, and crazy bread and everything. And I remember everybody had Little Caesars pizza. Like everywhere you went, so, like people were eating Little Caesars pizza, like on Halloween. And I remember there was a guy who literally had tables of it, and he was handing out like pieces of pizza, and it was like, and he just and he had just tons of it because it was the hot thing to do was to have Little Caesars pizza because they had just come to town. Kind of like when Chick-fil-A shows up in a town now.
Yeah, my buddy's place. He's like, oh, they just built a Chick-fil-A. I'm like, man, when I moved to Maryland, everybody was like, Chick-fil-A this, and I'm like, I'm over Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A's can't hold a candle to Popeyes. Popeyes chicken sandwich is way better. But
I think Chick-fil-A is overrated, personally.
Well, the chicken minis are fucking fantastic, though.
They have some cool stuff, but it's like
they're breakfast chicken minis. They're like little sweet biscuits with a little chicken nugget in it. You take some honey on there.
For people to be waiting in those Chick-fil-A lines for hours for that, it's like ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
My
daughter-in-law, that's like the be-all, end-all for her. Whenever
you just order to pick up, do it through the app, go park, let them bring it out to you. Don't even deal with the whole line crap.
I'm good. Just way better things out there.
Oh yeah, I make something better at home.
Oh yeah,
what, Judd?
Called Chicken Ranch. And it puts both of those restaurants to shame. You get a big ass chicken breast, fried, bun, like it's.
But that's like, is that a chain though? Like, cause like
it's not a chain.
Yeah, because like in Maryland, they got stuff that's called hip hop chicken, and they fucking put lemon pepper on all their shit, and you just be like, man, put some extra crack on that thing because it'd just be everything lemon peppered and deliciousness. Like you can get a chicken box, and it basically gives you they have the 2 loaves of slices of bread underneath the paper, the chicken on top, the freaking fries, and somehow the fries stay crispy and it's delicious.
Man, y'all got pit beef out there in Maryland. Y'all got some good shit out there.
I can't really. I can deal with like the pit beef gravy, but I can't really mess with like pit beef sandwiches too. Meh.
Oh, I love Chap's pit beef.
We got one like super close.
I know. I was out there last year. I was out there last year.
Look, you bug in your eyes. I was out there last year. You dumb motherfucker.
Chaps.
Maryland known for beef. I figured Maryland would be known for seafood.
Seafood,
crabs,
Chap,
and their beef. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chap's pit beef is like a staple out there.
And you
like
take a road trip to PA for some of their Amish buffets. You know.
See over here.
I don't know how they are now after COVID, but I mean before COVID, you'd go there and they were fucking amazing.
We got a lot of seafood here too, we got like clam chowder, some really good clam chowder out here, and salmon. If you like salmon, there's all kinds of salmon around here.
Keep all that seafood.
Okay, Doug.
Hey Google, turn on
Just
couch
like,
light.
but yeah, man. All right, so we've been going for like 3.5 hours. And I know
That's
we
how
can sit here.
that's how you know it's 11 o'clock Eastern time because my living room just shut off.
I'm about to say it's 11:01.
But yeah, we could go on for hours. But I work tomorrow, Trash, and then Paul works tomorrow. I think everybody works tomorrow, and I do want to appreciate everybody.
Only this guy, and this guy work tomorrow. I'm retired.
You still got to do something around the house. You got a collection room.
Well, I mean, I work in a different way, but it's not a job.
Right.
I don't have to go clock in.
Even though I hit you up and I'll be like, let's talk while you're drinking your coffee. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate everybody that stuck around through this Halloween event. I didn't know how you guys were going to take it, being it not really having much action figure related. I appreciate you all chipping, jumping in the chat, sharing some of your stories and what you guys thought of certain candies. That's really what keeps everything going. Like you guys, we're not doing this here because we could always do a video chat with us four and just talk about stuff. But you guys in the chat, this is why we do it, why we love it. We love seeing you guys every week. I love seeing the new faces or the new names. So, just keep sharing the stream with everybody, the channel. Let's get more people in here and chat it up because I don't ignore people's statements. If I missed anybody's stuff, I do apologize. But yeah, we were just a lot of stuff we were talking about. And I guess, Joe, where can people find you?
Instagram and YouTube, Joey Collects, and Facebook. I'm in just Plastic Cannibals, the group. That's pretty much it.
If you guys want a good toy collecting group to join, Plastic Cannibals, search Facebook, put in the request, answer the questions, and come on in and chat about toys, action figures, show pictures of what you picked up, what you're messing around with. Just have a good time. And Paul, where can we find you?
Instagram, Paul Big Bear Hughes. I'm gonna try to post some more. I'm not very good with it, but and then Plastic Cannibals, definitely in Plastic Cannibals a lot on Facebook, and that's about it. Then I'm here.
And the Froggy Geezer, where can they find you?
On OnlyFans doing stuff. And,
there you go. There you go.
Nothing but feet pics.
Never seen a man's asshole look like Cthulhu's face before, but it happens. But
I'm on Insta, and eventually here I'll get like Paul. I'll start doing stuff again on Instagram, but same name on Instagram, Froggy Geezer.
Or you just look in the mirror, spin around 3 times, and say Froggy Geezer, and they'll come out.
I'll just show up.
And you guys know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on YouTube, Unboxing Art. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok as unboxing_art, because it's sort of how those systems want to do it. But you can find me there. And most importantly, I want you guys all to have a safe Devil's Night, a happy Halloween tomorrow, getting candy for yourself, taking your little ones out, or just handing out candy to the kids. And most importantly, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.